You've heard the saying, put yourself in someone else's shoes. On Happy Hour with Julz, we're going to be doing exactly that. I'm starting this podcast to help bring a community of self-made people together. I'll be bringing on a variety of guests that may vary from business owners to people who have a lot of experience in their field of work, to people who are simply passionate in what they do and have this game in which we call life figured out. I'm exploring the brains of others to help open up our minds. That way we can get ourselves one step ahead and give ourselves new possibilities for the future. There are many secrets to life, and on this podcast we'll be unlocking them one interview at a time. So without further ado, let the happy hour begin. Hey guys, it's Julian with Happy Hour with Julz. On episode 2, I have my good friend Oliver Graves. Oliver owns a co-owner of a tattoo shop. You want to tell us a little bit about that, man?
Yeah, started 3 years ago. I co-own it with my buddy Chris. He's been there for a long time, since 2002, I think. And we took over about 3 years ago.
3 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Shit. How'd you get into tatting, man? When did you start?
Dude, that's tough. Everyone has a different way of doing it. You know what? Let's take these shots first.
Yeah, for sure. Gotcha.
Dude, let's get a little more natural and comfortable. So anyways, I was around it for a long time, actually. Since maybe 2005, since I've known Chris, he was already in it. He was a couple years in, and I just pretty much started, hanging out with him. We were in a band together. He was doing tattoos. He was tattooing me, stuff like that. I never thought it was going to be my profession, to be honest.
Was it always called Lionheart? Or?
No. Before it was Flaming Heart. It was Flaming Heart, and it was owned by, rest in peace, Tink. But he was the owner before us, right? So we were working for him, good dude. And it was Flaming Heart, and the shop's been there since 1999. So
shit, God.
Yeah, shop's been
older than me.
Yeah, there you go, dude. The shop has been there since 99, ups and downs, mostly ups. Now it's totally different name, not by choice. We had to, just because for legal purposes, you know what I mean? We wanted to keep the Flaming Heart name, but it wasn't ours. It was Tink's, and if he had any debt before he passed, we didn't want to accumulate that, you know what I mean? So ultimately, our attorneys decided, I think it's best y'all get a new name just so you can get your license faster and all that.
Keep a legacy, but,
Yeah, so we went with Lionheart, and I like the name just because, one, it's tough sounding, I think. Two, it still has that heart in there. So it was a good choice in my opinion, so.
And you said you're just around guys. You were in a band. You're around guys.
Yeah. I was in a band forever with Chris. We had some good times with that. I was around I went to the shop back then too when I was getting tattooed by Chris, and Tink was the owner. He was there while doing piercings. So I was always around it. Yeah. Always around it. It was always one of those things where I got tattooed. I did get my first tattoo when I was a little older. I was 23, I think. Okay. So I'm glad I waited though, man, because all the stuff I wanted when I was younger. But I'm glad I did not get them.
And when did you do your actual first tat?
My first tattoo was probably, I know it was in October. I want to say it was probably October 2012. Well, actually, no, I'm lying. Chris one time, let me tell you a quick little story. Chris one time was actually tattooing me, and he went outside for something, and he doesn't know. Well, I think he knows this now, but I actually grabbed his tattoo machine. Right? It's a machine. It's not a gun, so don't say tattoo gun. First and foremost, it's a machine. Right. So I got his tattoo machine, right, and he left. And I literally grabbed it and I tattooed like a little smiley face in green ink. Yeah, in green ink on myself. And I still have it there. And I laugh because that's not really my first tattoo. But that's the first time I picked up the machine. What it feels like. And it's night and day. It's not like a pencil or anything like that, dude. They vibrate. Coil machines vibrate a lot. Yeah. You just have to get used to that. But that was my first dumb tattoo like I did on myself. And then my first official one was there at the shop at a Flaming Heart at the time. And pretty much just did like this little Woody Woodpecker Roadrunner style, like race car stuff. You've seen the Flash, did one of those, and it wasn't great, but it came out decent. You know what I mean? And it was fun. I thought it was it was a fun process. The whole tattoo process is fun.
And were you into like drawing or painting or?
When I was a kid, when I was a kid, I was really into like drawing. I used to draw a lot as a kid, comic book stuff. Spider-Man, Wolverine, you name it. And then I would draw like hearts. And it's funny looking back. It's like I think about it. I'm like, I used to draw hearts.
Hearts.
Like little hearts, like for example, like Sailor Jerry Flash with the ribbon and all that. I used to draw that a lot as a kid. Hearts with ribbons, like almost like traditional Flash. And looking back, it's like, what the hell? Like I tattooed it now, and it's and I used to do that as a kid. I used to put like, if I had a little crush on some little girl or something,
you put her name
at the time I was a little kid, not like that sounded weird, right? But at the time I was a little kid, I had a crush on a girl. I would put their little name on there and stuff. They're real dumb stuff, but as a kid you do stuff like that, so I used to draw that, and I also got into drawing like lowrider trucks and stuff like that.
Okay.
At one point I just thought they looked cool, and or lowrider bikes. I don't know why I always thought they looked cool, and I always wanted one, but I never got one as a kid. But I always thought they were a little cool. I think what attracted me to it too, drawing lowriders and all that, because you remember those lowrider magazines? I don't even know if they're still around, but they always had a lot of like art on them.
I've seen a couple, but I was never
like black and gray artwork on them. They always had like really cool black and gray artwork on them. It's not really my thing, but it still attracted me to it. Yeah.
My dad has a friend that's really into airbrushing cars, lowriders mainly and stuff. So I mean it's cool artwork. It's different.
It's really cool,
very
man.
Detailed,
yeah, so, props to people who can pull that stuff, especially on cars.
Yes. Shit. no room for mistakes. Huh?
Nah, one mistake with tattooing. There's no room for mistakes on that.
Shit. So, did you have any inspiration to, go into tattoos? Was there ever like, I don't want to do this, or was it just always like, I like it, have fun with it? It doesn't really feel like work.
No, the second I did it, the second I got into it was because I was there at the shop a lot. So, I didn't apprentice right away. I just was helping clean stuff like that. The shop, maintaining it, keeping it, maintained, I guess you could say. But I just dove in head first, man, and never stopped. Just kept going, pretty much. It's never been something where like I regret doing. I don't think anyone regrets tattooing, but it's not something that I always think about. Like, I wish I was doing something else. Nah, man, this is what I was supposed to be doing. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, because I know a lot of like writers, people who paint, draw, and that's like their outlet. It's a lot. It's like very stress relieving. I don't know.
Exactly.
Like it's in the same way.
That's exactly for me. I was saying this to my client. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Yesterday. I was like, like when we were, with the whole COVID thing, the whole time that we were like closed. It was depressing for me, especially. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure for all the guys too, but for me, speaking for myself, it was like pretty depressing because I also use that. It's very therapeutic for me. Like it's stress relieving. You know what I mean? It's very exactly. When I'm tattooing, I'm just really focused on that. So I have any troubles outside of tattooing, they're out the door when I'm tattooing. I'm just focused on that. You know what I mean? So it is.
How long did y'all close for COVID?
We were closed for 2 months, approximately 2 months. Yeah. Was
it like government issued, or was it just like voluntary, safety of your employees?
A little both. I mean, after they closed us down, it was a state and government, issued. I think we had a week that we were like, so we're gonna close. Let's try it. We basically went by ear. Basically, we were just like, well, we'll do 2 weeks and we'll go from there. See how long, if we're still going to be closed and all that. So we just kind of like waited it out and see what we could do basically until they let us back in a sense.
Yeah, that's how it was with the bars, man. Yeah, it was just like by year.
Yeah, exactly.
But then it went from like official to just like it's mandatory and you can do whatever you want. But I know sort of we've always stayed like we're still not open to the public. Yeah. They're just very like hesitant, but they want to do what's best for the community.
Yeah, and exactly. Same thing with us, man. Our clients come first. You know what I mean?
I remember we talked at Bearded. It was maybe like February, March. Like as soon as this like started happening, like Corona, the beginning of it. And I remember you telling me like you're a little stressed out because you had to like all your appointments and stuff. Everything was like moved forward.
That's why I kind of stopped a little bit for September taking appointments. I slowly started taking some more in, only because like rescheduling everybody is a big hassle, man. If you're like booked, like I mean, even if you're booked a week like in advance, rescheduling, like say you do 2 tattoos a day, that's like what 5 days a week. That's 10 people.
Yeah.
Like rescheduling everybody is a pain because you have to contact
it's not
them.
one or two. It's not like someone's canceling.
So imagine like 2-3 months in advance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like canceling people, or not canceling, but rescheduling them. Yeah. It was a drag, man. So yeah, I remember telling you about that. By the way, you should have called this the Bearded Podcast or something like that.
I wanted to make it different, man. I don't have a beard.
You have to. Yeah, you have to. Right?
I just kind of want to make it myself.
So
There's a lot of
something
ideas where I was
different.
like, I want to do this, but I should talk to my mom about that. Where I was like, I should call it this, like I should call it that. But then she kind of like led me like, okay, this is your own, this is your thing. You know, make it your own.
Make it your own. Separate from that. Yeah, for sure.
I was like, so kind of just. So I wanted something like still like bar theme because it's something I'd been around like since I was like 12.
You're a kid, yeah.
So I thought Happy Hour with Julz was just it
makes
fit
sense.
right.
It fits. Makes sense and it fits. Yeah.
It just fit perfect.
That's cool, man. Good stuff.
Yeah. So you are located. You only have one location right now, right?
Yeah. Right now it's only one location. It's in Edinburgh, 624 North Claird. We're right there in the corner, pretty much, of that street. And like I said, the shop's been there since 1999.
Same building and everything?
Same building, same everything. Yeah, man, the longevity of that shop is one of the things that really amazes me the most and that I'm proud of, even though I wasn't there for a lot of that time. Just that it's been there for so long. And people still call it Flaming Heart, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's cool. Like, I don't mind. Like, it's like... Nah, that's what we wanted to be.
Yeah, because
if
you could, you would have.
Yeah, but I told my partner and my coworker, I was like, dude, the name is special, but it's also us. You know what I mean? We're the reason people go there.
Yeah, you're carrying that legacy.
Exactly, we carry that legacy.
You're making your own also.
Exactly, yeah. So it's just one of those things where we had to just change it, unfortunately. And I mean, it's worked out. It's not really a big issue. It's just changing it, Google, changing different listings, stuff like that.
You have your own follow. Like, I had never heard it. Like, I wouldn't have heard of it if it wasn't for you. You know, like, I wouldn't. It would have just been like, oh, that's another tattoo shop in Edinburgh. But I know it because of you.
Yeah. So, and there's a lot, man. Back in the day, there was like maybe a few shops. Now, like, there's probably like 15 shops on 10th Street already. Like, there's a lot of shops, man. Like,
see, I'm not knowledgeable in tattoos. I don't have any tats.
You don't have? That's what we should have done. We should have gone live and hear
I was thinking about that. I just didn't want to like burden you either. I was thinking about bringing you on like later on again in the future, like episode.
You know what?
Like
you could do like a little video or like another podcast that you can always set up at my place, and we could do it there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the cool thing about these. It's super mobile. So I just want to get something small and
that would be cool. We can always do it, man. We'll get a happy hour. You'll get the happy hour logo or something for your podcast.
I want to get something in like memory of my grandpa.
Okay.
I just been thinking about it a lot.
Yeah.
It's hard, man, because I don't want to. I don't want to like. One, like disrespect him, and then two, like I don't want something I'm gonna regret.
Yeah, man, they're permanent, and you said you're what, 20 now? So 20. You're still young. I'm glad, like I said, I'm glad I didn't get anything when I was 20. Mm-hmm. But you still got time, you know what I mean? So that's
so I've been thinking about it a lot, and it's crazy because my dad, he's tatted and stuff too. Mm-hmm. So people always ask me like, oh, when you get tat, when you get tat, and I'm just kind of like, it's not that I don't want one because I'm not scared of like the pain. I'm not really scared. I'm just scared of like getting something I don't like.
It's a big commitment. It is.
Yeah, because to me it's it's a piece of you.
But
so
once you get your first, you're not even gonna care. You're like, oh, okay, and you're just gonna get whatever.
Yeah, so
it happens, man. But yeah, man. I mean, that's basically in a nutshell a quick little rundown of that. You know what I mean? Like.
I don't know, jack shit about tattoo shops. What problems do you have? Like, what are like the bigger problems of inside a tattoo shop?
Man, honestly, there's really I can't really pinpoint anything about when it comes to problems. I have a great crew, man. They're at the shop. Everyone's doing really well. We all get along. There's really no real problems. I mean, clients are great. There's the occasional client who's hard to handle, stuff like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Of course, we don't deal with drunks. We don't deal with anyone, messed up or anything like that. So they're out the door the second it happens.
Yeah.
We don't have time. We don't have time for that. So we don't have a lot of problems, man. We do have stories where people come in and they say something dumb or stuff like that. Everyone does. I'm sure every shop does, man. Yeah. But
because I can tell you, like with a bar, it's very, I can tell you problems just like drunks, fights. Yeah. You have to worry about like employees stealing from you.
Yeah,
your
exactly.
bartenders getting drunk. I just didn't know a tattoo shop had.
You know what, man? I mean, if you run a good tight ship, you shouldn't. Yeah. I know there's a lot kind of like everything, man. There's in bar scene and the tattoo scene, there's some tattooers that, get into drinking or like get into bad habits and stuff like that, and it can show in their work. You know what I mean? And they're
Have you ever had that problem with anyone, or
like that work with me?
Yeah.
No, thankfully, no.
Okay.
Thankfully, no. We've always been pretty good at like, have a good time on your own term. Don't let it affect your work. Basically, we've never had issues like that. Like it was amongst ourselves. I think we all have a pretty good understanding of all that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we don't have to worry about that. But that's another thing, man. You have to be very careful. Like, say you bring in somebody new, you don't really know them.
Yeah.
They want to learn stuff like that. It's like, well, I don't really know you.
Yeah.
It's very one of those things where tattooing's sacred, man. Like tattooing's a very sacred thing. It's a craft that's like not everyone can do. It's a craft that not everyone should do, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, dude.
There's a lot of people out there trying it and doing it, and they shouldn't even be doing it. They shouldn't even be trying. They're doing it the wrong way, some of them. But it's one of those things. I always said that it's sacred. It means a lot to the people who do it. That's why they're so hard on some people who want to do it. Because it's something that not everyone.
Yeah, I mean, I see it like you're given with certain how do you say it? Like you're given with certain colored hair, certain colored eyes, and then when you tattoo someone, you're giving them another part of themselves, and if you screw that up, well,
yeah, man. And there's been a lot of people who screw that up. I've seen it happen. I've seen people who have been tattooing for years and they literally give up and they stop. And I think that a lot of it has to do with they don't know. A lot of old school tattooers don't. They wish everything was the old way instead of them learning and transitioning with tattooing. Because
types of art,
because tattooing nowadays, dude, we used to have when I started, we used to have paper, like a ton of tracing paper in the back. Drawings everywhere. Now everything's on like iPads and stuff.
That's good. Yeah.
And a lot of people
Digital.
that were like in the older generation of tattooers, who I respect. Don't get me wrong, because I'm kind of like that. I like the old way too, but I'm able to like accept the new ways as well. You know what I mean? Just a simple balance. I've seen them even disappear, man. Like they stop tattooing and that's it. And I think it's because some of them have trouble. Like some people aren't into social media. Tattooing. Tattooing now you have to have social media, dude. And I've said this before, man. I need a break. Like I need a break from social media for like a good week or something.
Yeah, dude. I know with Bearded, I had to hire someone just to do social media, but it's such a crucial aspect into
for me, I can't hire someone because one, it's not like I make a ton of money and anything like that. Two, it's one of those things where like, I don't know if I can trust how they're responding to people because a lot of it has to do with your communication with people, how you talk to them, and that's how they get comfortable with you
get
too.
A good experience, trust you.
Yeah, that's why I always tell people they can ask me, send me messages all they want about pricing, but it's always best in person because I can't really guess what you want. You're sending me a picture that's like this big, but what if you want it bigger? You know what I mean? Like, it's just like that.
Chest, or if you just want a small,
exactly.
Yeah,
and it's funny because there's this meme or this picture of someone holding, someone asking, "I want this," and they send it to you. They send it to you on your phone, it's small, and then that size. And they send it to you on an iPad, it's bigger. Yeah. So it's like, what if you answer on your iPad? It's like, oh, this is how much? $400. It's like, no, it's like a $200 piece. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things, man, where like technology is like just helping out a lot, to be honest. But like I said, it's just one of those things where like you just have to keep up with it, and some people don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I feel that, man, with the bar. I mean, that's been like Suerte's biggest help. Social media,
yeah, dude.
The marketing team's it's crazy.
Yeah.
Shout out Lex, Annalisa, and Jessica.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And then with Bearded, my cousin. Thankfully, when I was younger, I wasn't really close to him, but as I got older, I got really close, and I'm really grateful for that relationship. And he helped me with Bearded a lot in the social media aspect later on. And dude, it was just grateful because there's someone I could trust, and it was kind of like, okay, here's my baby, and you can take care of it, the way I know. Yeah. And then I start with my phone so I can look, and he's a nice guy, so it's easy to
he's not trust. You're easy. He's easily trustable when it comes to all that. And I should, in a perfect world, I would have all my apprentices do that. You know what I mean? Like
you could, man. That's what we started
at the
doing.
same time, like it's just one of those things where like it's not the same. You know what I mean? Like you have to be able over the phone. Different because they know how to answer people and all that, but social media and all that, it's a little different. I'd rather take care of that.
Yeah, I know at the bar we make now, or before we closed, even now somewhat, We did it more before, we closed with Corona, but we would make all our employees send us pictures of drinks. Not so much post it,
make them,
because not everyone has that niche for editing, wording things a certain way. But I mean, a picture goes a long way, man. It says 1,000 words.
Oh yeah, dude. And you think, man, like there've been times where like I tattoo something and I don't even think anyone sees it, or say like I post something and I don't even like, no one saw this. I have someone like, oh, I saw this. Like, you didn't like it. You didn't do it. Like, you didn't even comment. But people do see it. It's one of those things where they do see it. So even if you think something's not working or ads aren't working, they do work. It's just one of those things where like you just don't know about it.
Yeah, I mean the first episode with my dad Ben, it was kind of like fuck. Like I was very nervous. I was like, I don't know if anyone's even gonna watch. No, man. I did get a good amount of views. I had over like 300 plays. It was very successful. Even the picture I posted with you when I said I was interviewing. It got around like 60 likes, but it had like over 1,000 people view it. So I was like, okay, like as long as people, they're seeing it.
Yeah, man. And I mean, it's just a second episode.
Eventually they're gonna see someone.
Eventually
that they know, and they're like, okay, like now I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm just starting off, so I'm just.
It's cool, man. Like, best of luck with it, dude. I've thought about doing this, but I have a feeling like. It sounds fun. I just don't know if I have the time for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's time consuming, especially editing. Shout out to Ray, man. He helps me a lot with the whole the back
setups and all that.
Yeah, dude. Especially all the editing, dude. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
I don't know anything about that.
Technology, man, it's a bitch.
Well, keep at it, man. That's the only way you're gonna learn. I mean, that's one of the things I told. It reminded me because you're doing something new, and it reminded me when we became owners. Dude, we didn't know anything about owning it. At the time, before Tink passed, he was already talking to us about, selling to us and all this and that. And he was going to transition us slowly into becoming owners. And like I said, dude, we didn't know. We didn't know how to be owners. We didn't know what we needed to do. No one's born learning and knowing anything, basically. Yeah. So you doing this, dude, more power to you. Keep at it. Yeah. And good luck with it, man. I mean, just have fun with it at the same time,
Yeah, dude, that's one thing I was talking to with my mom.
Yeah.
Also, I talk to my mom a lot. Yeah. You're going to hear that a lot on these episodes. Was just, man, like, I had never really found anything I like to do. I'd been around the bar scene so long.
Yeah.
I'm like, 3 years out of high school?
But even that probably, like, drains you, dude. Like,
it's not so much draining, man, because the money's great. Like, it's there, it's great. But since I was around it for so long, like, the whole alcohol, it's not so much that I'm drinking, but just being around people that are drunk. It does get tiresome, the hours, because it's flipped and... I mean, you can't have a weak mind because if you, like, let's say I'm getting out at 3, 4 in the morning, getting home, by the time I sleep, it's like 4 or 5.
Yeah, man.
And if I sleep in all day, there goes my day.
It's kind of like the tattoo. Well, not all tattooers, but I mean, I'm more of a night owl myself, dude. I've never been a morning person, even before tattooing. I've never been a morning person, so I think my hours are great. I love it. Like it does have its drawbacks because sometimes, like, man, I need to go to bed already. You know what I mean? But I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way, to be honest. It works. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie. There was a while where, dude, I was lazy. Like, I was staying up. When it was first when Corona happened.
Oh, I think that messed up everybody.
Yeah, dude. I guess I kind of want to say it because I don't want people to feel like, it's just me. Nah, dude, I was out there also. Not out there. I was in here, and I did not want to go out there. And I don't think anyone did, due to the virus. But I mean, like, exercising, I didn't do any of that. I just locked myself in, man. I was super lazy.
It was depressing, dude.
It was very depressing, man. I had my little pit, and, I just wanted to, it came to the point where I was like, okay, my house is getting dirty. Yeah. My house is a representation of myself. Exactly, and if my house looks dirty, then it's probably, like, reflecting that, my life is going pretty bad.
Yeah, man. So, have you ever heard that term, like, if you're depressed or you're sad, and you're obviously, some people have a mess, stuff like clean, you'll feel better. Like, you'll feel better because you're gonna feel, you're still uplift you because you cleaned your whole house, is nice and spotless.
Yeah, it felt like I was doing something. So that was a start, man.
It gives you like this boost, I guess.
And then from there, that's when I started the podcast, and it was an idea I'd had for a while, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, it was an idea I'd had, and probably for about like half a year. Okay. I just was always sitting on it where I wanted to do it, and I was always on the edge of it. But I was never someone popular. I was always kind of like, okay, like, I'm gonna have to, one, work for it, but like, two, like, I don't want to get all this hate either.
Yeah, but you also meet a lot of people, so you're able to, like, see like, oh, this person. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
so it went, and after I did my first episode, I got, a couple feedback from, people I didn't even know. And just hearing them say, like, okay, like, we need more content creators like you, or like, I really respect what you're doing. Like, we need more people like you. It was like, whether it was like 2 or 3 people, I did get a lot of support and love from, my friends and family, but, it was just very eye-opening from random people that I did not know at all, saying like, dude, hey man, like, heads up, like, that was a great episode.
There's nothing wrong.
Like, shit.
There's nothing wrong. I mean, and I said people take something positive out of it. I mean, I'm a big realist, man. I'm not like some. I like to joke around. I'm my big sarcastic humor. That's what I have. You know what I mean? But I'm also very like, hey man, if you want to make something happen, make it happen type of deal. Like, for example, this, like, you wanted to do it. And if people don't, why would anyone even put you down about it? If people talk shit,
so,
can I cuss in this motherfucker?
Yeah, you can cussing like
But yeah, man, if people talk shit, fuck them. They're just jealous half the time, probably.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that was another thing that I was kind of like worried about. Was like, fuck, like, what if I get dislike button? Like, people, start like. But then, I watched. There was a lot of podcasters that I watch, man, and like I said, my sleeping schedule was flipped, so. What I started doing is advice from my mom. Those hours you are awake, make something of them. Whether it's like 2 to 6, those are your hours. Make something. Like, and I'd watch a lot of podcasters and just business personnel.
You
people
get better than Joe Rogan, bro.
I hope so. He's coming to Austin. Hey, yo, Joe.
You got your competition now.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna give him some.
Yeah.
Dude. So I, just kind of said like, fuck, let me do it. And that was,
man. Like I said, do it. I mean, why not? Like, it just opens up more doors for you. That too. Like, instead of you just wanting to do it and not doing it. You doing it just opens up other aspects and other stuff.
Shout out Gary Vee, man. I follow him a lot. He does talk a lot, but I like that. And there was one thing he said with like dealing with people who hate, and he kind of said it like, if someone's willing to watch an hour, 5 minutes, whatever, man, how long of your life, your podcast, your business, your creativity, if they're willing to watch that much and then give you a dislike button and hate. I feel bad for them because there's probably something really bad going on in their life.
Yeah, so man.
Once I heard that, I was like,
especially nowadays, man, with social media and all that, everyone has an opinion, especially behind their phones and computers.
Yeah, dude, I can tell you, I've been answering phones. That's what I do.
It's a shame, my God. It's a shame, dude. Everyone thinks they can, and there's no consequence. Like they know that there's no consequence, so they get to say whatever they want.
Yeah, dude.
It's not like in the past. You say something, you're gonna get knocked out or something. Now. Whatever. I just literally, man, just like
fake name.
I've had people say that my work sucks, stuff like that. I really don't care, dude. Like, I know I'm not the best. You know what I mean? Like, I've never been the type of person like. Dude, I'm 7 years in now, and I'm still learning a lot. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I just started using a new style pen machine, and I'm still learning how to use that because it's a new way of me tattooing. So it's always like I always want to keep learning my craft. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's what makes people better. That's what makes people good. When I started off, I look back at my work and I see where I could have improved, and I have.
But yeah, I mean, as long as you're seeing that improvement,
exactly. Same thing with
this.
Let people talk, man. Like, it's just one of those things where you just do you get better at your craft. I can't speak for other tattooers, but I'm never satisfied with something or a piece or anything like that. I always look at it like I could have done this better. I could have done that. You know what I mean? But it's one of those things where, like, it's because you're just always trying to get better. But it's one of those, you're never going to be happy. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to be satisfied, but you're not going to be happy all the time about it.
So when I watched the first episode, I rewatched that first episode with my dad maybe like 20 times, dude. And I was just cringing. Not so much on my dad. He did an amazing job. Like, hats off to him. You know, he came on here short notice. And, he does what he's good at. And he was on the mic. And but I was just cringing on myself.
Your dad likes to talk. He likes to talk.
And I was just cringing on myself, just like, God, I could have done this better. I could have done this better.
Yeah, but you told me yourself. You know him. You see him.
Yeah, that was a hard thing. Pretending like I didn't know him for the viewers. Just pleasure, but I was just like, fuck, dude, like, God, it's hard, just anyone that's recording themselves, any YouTube, Twitch,
it's one of those things, man.
It's hats off to them, dude. It's a lot harder.
Yeah, man, but you get better at it. Like, more practice, kind of like with everything else, drawing, anything like that. The more you do it, you get better at it. Practice doesn't make perfect, I don't think, but you'll get close to it. You know what I mean?
Like, and that's all that matters.
So you'll get there. It's not.
Yeah. So that's just one thing I wanted to tell, like, anyone that's watching, like. dude, like, you don't have to be great at something.
Yeah.
As long as you're trying, that goes a long way. Like, if I see you, you know, on Instagram, Twitter, you know, TikTok, you know, trying to hone your craft, you know, putting something out there for your business. And even if I don't think it's great, the fact that I know you put this much time and effort, you know, sweat, blood, tears into it, like, I'm going to give you a thumbs up or a share because, you know, like, it's not so much about being good. It's about, you know, trying to get to that, you know, and it's hard, man. until I got behind here is when I was like, okay, fuck. Like,
but now you get to talk more too.
I can share my opinion.
I don't know because I don't know too much about you either. I mean, every time I see you, it's not where we have music blaring in our ear and stuff like that. We can't really talk.
That's one thing I was talking to my mom. You're gonna hear that. It's gonna be my like quote unquote every time I'm talking to my mom because she's like my best friend. But that's one thing I said. I was like, okay, like Oliver, I like him. He's a great guy. He's someone I'll give 5 minutes to my time to while I'm bartending. And that might not seem a lot, but in the bartending world, like 5 minutes is a fucking lot. Like, that's like $500 sales. So I told her he's someone I'd give 5 minutes of my time to every time he goes in. You know, like I'll go behind the bar, I'll go around the bar and, you know, shake his hand. He's someone that I like to talk to.
Man. Ever since y'all opened up, I've been going to y'all's places, and y'all have always been cool with me. And y'all let me do dumb stuff, you know, like put my stickers on your tip jar or something like that, you know. And it's all y'all just supporting me, and and I go to support y'all, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's one of those things where like y'all have always been cool. So like I'll always try my best to support you guys in a sense, you know, as well. But yeah, man, it's funny because I saw some of the interview with your dad. I didn't get to finish it, but I saw you're just like, what do I do? Like, what else should I ask him? Because like you said, you know everything about him. I'm like,
I mean, he's my dad.
Yeah,
so it's like,
that was pretty funny. But I can see it's different now. You're gonna get the hang of it, dude. You're gonna get the hang of it.
Yeah, that was one thing I was like, fuck. But I did get a lot of positive feedback, you know, from random people. Yeah. So like, they didn't know he was my dad. You know, he did get hints out. So I was like, okay, I'm doing something right for the people that don't know. But Ben Peña, Owner Suerte, is my dad. You know, I'm their next legacy. Along with my sisters, cousins.
I need a legacy. I don't have any kids, man. I should have. Who am I going to leave my stuff to? Who am I who the hell am I going to leave all my stuff that I have behind, man? To nobody. But that's funny, man. Nah, you guys are cool. Pretty cool that you did your dad first. That's now, who else would you want to do?
Yeah, dude.
Your dad or your mom? You could have been one of those.
So I want to bring my mom back. You know, I want to bring her in here. She's someone that I know will come. You know, and her brain, like behind the whole Suerte marketing aspect, you know, I know a lot of people are interested in that, but they don't know her name, and
they don't. Some a lot of people don't know
it's her. You know, they don't know, like, oh, Jessica, like her last name's Aguilar Peña. You know, so exactly. You know, that's my last name, and they don't know that. You know, so. I'm really excited to bring her on, but I want to build my viewers.
When I first met you, like, wait, Julian is related to them? I had no idea because I met you a little bit later. Maybe like, 2 years ago, maybe? But I was like, dude, I didn't even know that Julian existed until now. It's funny, man. And it's funny, you know, shout out to Vec because he's the one who's always telling me, oh, Julian, he's related to this or this. Like, oh, okay.
Big shout out to Vec.
Big shout out to Vec. Hey, where's Vec? What do you think he's doing, man?
Dude, I feel bad.
Washing his truck, probably. I always see him washing his truck.
Landscaping now.
Landscaping, washing his truck.
He always tells me, he's like, man, I'm gonna go. You know, he's going to landscape with his dad. He's like, I'm gonna drink some coffee that's Irish. I love it, man. Shout out to Vec, dude.
Yeah, good dude. He's funny, man. Funny guy.
But Vec,
are you gonna edit this?
No, dude. It's going wrong.
Really?
The sound and stuff, I'll edit, but
not the video.
Yeah, so if we do anything stupid, stupid, it goes.
Okay.
I like it better that way.
Okay.
You know,
I want to refill. Well, you can't stop it, so.
I mean,
just throw it over here. Yeah, please.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, shout out to Ray. He's
shout out to Ray. Also, shout out to Ray. You know, I mentioned earlier he's doing all my editing and stuff.
Do you pay him?
Shout out to him.
It was like a family thing.
Yeah, it's a family thing.
Yeah, man. But what else too? Oh yeah, sorry, bro. He's like, I don't want to come out.
Oh fuck.
Get your sexy arm in here, bro.
Oh, manly hands. The girls like that.
Yeah. Those are DJing hands, bro.
hands.
Those are scratching. Those hands scratch.
Real fingering.
Hey, wait a minute. But yeah, man. What else do you want to know? I mean, what else? Tattoo?
Man,
when it comes to tattooing,
I was really interested in, you know, you said, you know, the hate and stuff.
Okay.
From other, you know, just random people, especially online. how do you deal with that hate? Like, what motivates you to, you know, like, turn a deaf ear and, you know, just keep on going, keep tatting? Because to me, that's, like, super stressful, man. Like, someone saying, like, oh, you suck, and then me having to go on someone's skin and say, like, oh, I do. That's super, like, stressful.
Honestly, man, tattooers, we have big egos. We do. You have to have one, because if not, you're gonna just get torn down.
Yeah.
You have to be confident in yourself. That's another thing. Don't try to attempt stuff you don't do. You know what I mean? Like, I don't do realism. I don't do portraits.
Yeah.
I've done one before. It came out good because I had help from someone who helped me with that. Who did them, you know what I mean? And he showed me the process and helped me out with that. Came out great, but I was like, dude, this takes way too long. I don't have time for this. This is not me. I like things that are a little more creative. I like doing neo-traditional, American traditional, and a lot of black work, which is what I'm really into right now. I like doing a lot of black work. I like all that, just black. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like a lot of that creepy stuff, like stuff with like 4 or 3 eyes. I like putting just weird stuff, which is black ink. It's all black. There's no gray and some of that stuff I do. Yeah. Black and maybe white for like eyes. There's like an eyeball or something.
Does white ink come out like my bad, I cut you off.
It's cool.
But does white ink come out like
it basically
it's
turns
like scar?
Yeah, it
right?
looks almost like it goes almost to your skin tone, but you can't even see it. Like, I'll do them, but I'll tell people, like, you're literally paying for nothing. Right? And I'm like, I'll do it. I always recommend, but I tell them that, dude, we're honest, dude. One of the things I'm really proud of the shop is like you walk in, we're gonna greet you, and we're gonna say hi. You know what I mean? Well, hey, what's up? And you go, can we help you? You know what I mean? I've heard horror stories of other shops, man. I'm not gonna name any names, but dude, they're rude as fuck.
Don't name them. A lot of people would be scared.
One, I would. I don't give a shit, but I'm also not, because
it's that respect.
But everyone, out of respect, and I mean, I don't know them either. You know what I mean? But it's one of those things where, like, dude, we'll tell them, hey, how about red? Red ink will look cool. It'll look nice. Blue looks good too, but white, we'll do it, but we're gonna let you know.
Yeah, you're paying for it.
Also, a lot of people get their tattoos upside down, and we do tell them this is considered upside down. For example,
machine.
Así na way. Yeah, good shit.
Okay, what were you gonna say? My bad.
Where were we? What were we talking about? The tattoos, the white ones and all that. Guess you gotta get the Jack, no? Ray, can you get us the Jack? This is very on the spot, like amateur.
Yeah.
One day you're gonna be as good as Rogan, but right now we're gonna hatch like this.
Have you seen his setup, dude? It's fucking insane.
Well, I've seen his videos, man. I saw some of his videos. He has a lot of interesting topics, though. Yeah.
Well, he brings a lot of interesting people. I wish
Well, I mean, there's a lot of interesting people down here, man. But I don't know if
don't want to come on.
Dude, you should get a fucking Edgar or Cud, dude, do like interview. Like those dudes that always have people always talking shit about. Like, I've always wanted to do that. Just go have lunch with like random people that I know nothing about.
You never done that?
No.
I've sat down next to like, okay, I don't do it with random people. I do it with older people. When I see like an older man, I usually don't do it with females. Just it's weird.
Freak them out.
But because I'm a little self-conscious. No, I'm just kidding. When I do it with older males, I'm talking about like in their 70s, 80s.
Like a veteran.
Yeah. So when I see them sitting by themselves, I'll go sit down next to them and just talk.
Yeah.
I'll ask them for advice on like relationship, on motivation, and I love hearing what I hear, man. I just remember. There was one man I met at Applebee's.
Okay.
Applebee's. I said that weird.
Applebee's.
Applebee's. I met him at Applebee's, man, and I asked him like relationship advice. I remember I was having problems. I couldn't really date. And he just said, he told me, he's like, love isn't perfect. He's like, if you think you're going to find the one, like, you see on movies or you read in books.
And guess what, man? Some people do. Some people do find that.
He's like, you might, but he's like, he's like, if you're a good person, you'll find someone, you'll meet them, and you'll work on it.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, me and my wife, he's like, at first, he's like, we hated each other. And, his wife had passed away already. He was older. Yeah. And he told me, he was just like, he's like, it took us about 7 years before we actually started dating. And he's like, we just worked on it. He was like, I didn't get, like, she was the one, but after she was done with me, she was the only one that I wanted to be with. And, I mean, I do that, man. I have conversations with like older people.
Romantic.
But you know, I have my girl, so
true.
Yeah.
Well, still, you can be a not hopeless, but you're romantic still.
Kind of,
Are
you
you?
know,
Yeah.
a little bit. Not.
So I didn't know that about you.
I used to
I
be
do.
not.
I'm learning a lot too in this podcast.
Yeah, I mean that's what it's for. But yeah, dude, that's one thing I wanted. I was thinking about like just because this the setup I have is very mobile, so I was like, shit, dude, I could just
do it
interview
anywhere.
anyone.
You
like,
can, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking. Like, you want me to go? Or you're gonna come over here? Like, what do you want
I just
me to
didn't
do,
want to like intrude your
No,
shop.
plus
I know
today,
you're open again.
Right now we're open. Oh, man, yeah, the schedule's all. Corona has messed everything up, dude. Like, right now we're pretty much there 7 days a week now. Only because like I don't work certain days, and then that way other people cannot feel so closed in with everything going on with the virus and all that. So we were open 7 days a week for now. So hopefully we can go back to our old schedule, which used to be 2 to 9 from Tuesday through Saturday. So we were off Monday, Tuesday, and I missed that. So now I'm off like separate days, but it'll work itself out eventually, man.
Yeah,
also back to like the white ink stuff and like all that. And so yeah, like we were. So white ink does turn into like.
Yeah, it's like a branding, right?
Yeah, well, not even a branding. It just
like
looks
lighter.
white.
It's not so like swollen.
Yeah, it's not swollen. It just looks almost like your skin tone.
Yeah.
It's and then I said upside down. Like we'll tell people, hey, this is considered upside down. Like words. If the words, see how I have this here. If a word's facing, say I had it like this, and it's facing me, that's considered upside down.
So that's a face to other people.
That's considered technically in the whole tattoo world, that's the right way.
Yeah.
Having it facing. Like
a watch,
people, like a watch.
No watches to you.
Well, no watches to everybody. I guess you could say because they're circle.
It just
but like words, for example, and it's facing downward. If it's facing the way like this, where people can read it and they're not upside down. If it's facing for you and people are like, well, it's for me. All right, fine, we'll do it that way. But we do tell them, hey, it's going to sit upside down. So we're always been really good about like telling people like, hey. This is just to let you know this is this, but we can still do it that way. But it's just a discretion, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, we do get a lot of those white ink stuff. I've done a few, and like I said, I'm not opposed to doing them, but I just do tell people, hey, that. But I always tell red looks good. I think red tattoos look actually kind of cool.
Yeah, I was seeing the red on your
red on me, but I mean, I'm just talking about like say you get like an all red like. Something on you. They look cool. I think they look cool.
I know my dad's sleeves. He has a lot of like red with the rosa.
Your dad always asking me to tattoo him, but he never sets up a day with me.
Dude, I was honestly thinking. I was gonna ask you like, dude, I want to do a tattoo.
Yeah.
So my grandpa's phone number. He had 2 phone numbers. For the longest time, he had the phone number 555-2737. You know, and. For a while he actually got a cell phone, like a little flip phone. He was older. And his number was 222-2237.
That's pretty cool.
And I wanted to get 22 tatted on me because 222 is an angel number. All that good thing. And Adam Levine, he has like this big old 222 on his what does he have? Arm.
That? What is it again? A what? What number would you say?
It's an angel number. An angel number. Like any 3
like 333 stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like different angel numbers. So my grandpa's passed, and that's one thing I wanted to get the 222. And Adam Levine, he has like a big old 222 on his and then he's all tied.
Well, get your own 222, like your own version of that.
That's what I've been looking at, bro. And for the longest time, it's something super simple, bro. But I've been breaking my head for like 6 months, like just trying to draw it out.
It'll come to you, man. It'll come to you.
So
like,
that's why I've been forced it, because I'm still a little younger. But I know for sure it's those numbers I want on a part because I do want to get like a quarter sleeve. And it's something I do want to get. It's just that's gonna be my first piece, and I've just been breaking my head as to
man. Start off with something small. You can get the feel for it and all that, and then after this, I'll show you like some websites you can look up like fonts and stuff that you want. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. I mean. You'll figure it out basically. You'll know like what you want eventually.
I mean, you said earlier you got your first one at 23.
Yeah, man. I remember I got in a fight, dude. Before tattooing, man, I didn't have shit, dude. I honestly can tell like if I wish I could go back in time and tell myself to like do this sooner.
Okay, that's gonna be one of my questions. Okay, if you could give any advice, like just. Your top advice to the younger version of yourself, what would it be?
What? How about I do? I'll tell you what I would have done to myself, but then I'll give advice to people who who are interested in tattooing. Yeah. Basically, for me, I wish I could have gone back in time and told myself, hey, try to get into tattooing sooner, because ever since I've been doing this, my life has been probably the best it's ever been.
Yeah.
And that's why I owe it a lot to tattooing. I even have like a tattoo machine here, and I put the word "saved" on it because it really did save me. Like, I didn't have anything going for myself, dude. And there's a lot of people out there. If you feel like, and I'm speaking to people because you're talking about positive, I was like, man, I'm not positive at all. People think I'm not, you know what I mean? But they don't really know me. So it's one of those things where I tell people, dude, I found tattooing way later in my 20s. Yeah. Like, a lot of people worried at 20, 21, 23, 25. I'm not doing anything with my life. I'm not doing, dude, it might not be the time when you're going to figure that out. Maybe you'll figure it out later. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you when you're 40, 50,
exactly.
you know?
Yeah, there's some people find stuff like way later in life too.
Yeah.
I would say if you want to make a career, don't start at like 50. But
yeah,
like,
I mean, my mom, dude, my mom and the dad, they were working for, companies just like, my mom worked at UPS, my dad was at HEB for...
I worked at Best Buy, dude, for fucking ever. Yeah.
They didn't get the bars till 12 years ago. They're 40-something now, so it was in their, 30s.
And they didn't know about owning bars and stuff.
Yeah, no, they have no college degree.
Exactly.
They just, worked on themselves, and what motivated them was us, their kids, and, eventually they found their way. So I don't, it's never too late.
Exactly, it's never too late. You're right when it comes to a lot of things. But it's one of those things, man, don't beat yourself up if you don't know what you're doing. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I would have gone back in time and told myself, hey, try to get into this sooner. Because, man, back then, like I said, I didn't have jack shit, dude. I had a lot of people who helped me. When I look back, I'm like, man, I was a real piece of shit back then. You know what I mean? Like,
so let's go back. We're getting a little personal. If you don't want to, that's fine.
I mean, I'll be like, I plead the fifth.
I plead the fifth.
I plead the fifth.
So what were we looking at? Like, what kind of all over were we looking back at?
Well, after high school, man, I was the first one to go to college. After high school, I graduated, of course, from Wesco. I was a Panther. All my family, not all, but some of my family, most of them still live there. I graduated. It was really hard on me, man, because at the time, my parents went through a pretty crappy divorce, and it was when I was a senior, basically, my senior year. So my senior year was hectic.
Yeah.
So I went to college, man. I left my family behind in a sense, and I felt horrible about it. But at the same time,
you're trying to better yourself.
I'm trying to better myself. So I went to San Antonio for about 2 years. Figured out college was not for me, dude, at all, dude. I just didn't like it, I mean, I would do good a semester, then I just mess up next semester. It just wasn't for me at all, dude. And then after that, like, I basically moved back down here in 04. The end of 04, 05. So that's when
semester.
That semester after 05, I came back in January, and that's when me and the guys started the band, and we just kept at that.
What was the name of your band?
Walk the Graves.
Walk the Graves.
See, that's where I get the Oliver Graves from.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know that.
All right.
A lot of people don't know
that's
that.
what I wanted to get out of. That was one of like the top 3 things I wanted to get out of.
We were a hardcore band, man. We did a lot of fun stuff. We had a great time with it. We played a lot. We played. Did we play Cena? I'm pretty sure we played Cena. We played a lot of places.
Was it like metal, rock?
It's like a mixture of punk and metal. Like, like hardcore is a mixture of punk and metal. Just aggressive music, I guess.
Shout out Devin riding the fragment.
Devin, that's not deathcore. Devin, I think listens to deathcore. I don't know if he does, but
Devin claims he doesn't do deathcore.
Oh, he doesn't? Well, I don't know. But no, it was hardcore. It was like more like it's a mixture of like punk and like, I don't know if people know hardcore or not. It's like Madball Terror, like Hatebreed is probably a band that's close to that.
It's because, bro, like everyone, like I think everyone has a different perspective on rock and what they claim rock
exactly,
is.
Or what's heavy.
Yeah,
some people think Five Finger Death Punch is heavy. Yeah. I think they suck.
They're more vocal. So
you like them, you think they're hard as fuck.
No, I don't. Like I could tell you, like, okay, like this is hard. Like I know the difference. Like I know, like, okay, like this is hard, but I don't think like I consider Five Finger Death Punk. Like rock, not like super heavy, but like
jock rock.
When you hear, hear like it's your typical like this. Okay, this would be like your rock genre.
Yeah.
But I see like my dad, and like he considers like Guns N' Roses rock. So I'm like,
well, I consider that rock and roll.
Like,
and it's funny people consider that classic rock nowadays.
Yeah. So
and I'm like, what the fuck?
It's like generations and stuff. But to me, like Five Finger Death, they wouldn't be rock and roll, but they would be heavier rock.
Yeah,
but there's heavy.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's also like it's more underground. That's all it is.
Yeah,
it's underground. It's not for everybody. It's not radio friendly. It's not on the radio. It's not anything like that. I'm surprised the radio still exists, but you know what I mean. Like just think like that. It's
kind of like his music, house. Ray's music, house music.
And it's funny,
underground.
Man. Yeah, and it's funny because when I was back to like, then I was in the band for a while, Walk the Graves, and I got out of the band after like 2014, I think. So we're around since 05, so maybe 06. The end of 05 actually to 2013 was when 2014 was when I got out because I was just not even a year into tattooing and I wanted to focus on that.
Are they still going or is
no, the band's not around. We never had a proper last show. People always joke around and be like, "You all should have a show," and I would like to actually.
Yeah, just for fun.
I would do it in a heartbeat. I'm gonna have to learn everything again.
Wait, what'd you do?
I play guitar.
Guitar? Okay.
Yeah, I play guitar and did backup vocals. Okay. Chris, the co-owner of the shop, he did vocals, and actually he has a band. He started up again. He has a band now, a metal band. I think he changed the name of the band, so I don't remember what it was. But
shout out Chris.
Yeah, shout out to Chris. I'm pretty sure eventually they're gonna play live shows, so that's kind of cool. I'm happy for him.
Is he doing anything other than the
just
band?
tattooing that? He was into like gaming, gaming tournaments, like fighting tournaments. Okay. Like he's into like Killer Instinct a lot. He would do like a lot of touring and stuff like that. Where those big gaming events and stuff. Yeah, that
it's hardcore.
Tournaments. I said touring. I meant tournaments.
Yeah, a lot of people joke around with, but it's good money, dude.
But it's fun, man. I mean, he likes doing that, and it's just fun. I enjoy gaming a lot too. Yeah. But he does that. He competes in that. But he was the singer of the band, and we had Nate for a while, and he was a bassist, and then we had our other friend, and he was a drummer. But I don't really. Nate's in Austin. Jono, I don't really talk to that often anymore. But we were, Walk the Graves for a good while, and that's where I got my. Because when you're in a band, like people will know you. Oh, this is blah blah blah, Oliver Graves, or this is Jono Graves, or this is. Other bands that we play with, they would use the name of the band.
It's like your little clan.
Yeah, it's a scene music thing basically. Yeah. So that's where I got it from, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to use it, and just go with it. And just kept with it. And I've been using it. Then don't ask me my last name. I'm not telling you. Some people know it, not everybody does.
Is it bad or is it just...
No, it's not bad. It's just my last name. I don't want people to know. It's one of those things. If you get me like drunk enough, I might tell you, but
Garcia.
No, it's not Garcia. So I'll tell you. It starts with a D. That's about it. Don't say it, but I'll tell you after we're done. All right. But it doesn't matter. It's just my last name, but no, it's just I just use that, and I've been using it since, man. And it's been cool, man. I like it because it's kind of like it's a fucking stage name, obviously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's cool, like it's whatever. And now it kind of goes with me too because I like doing a lot of that black work. Yeah. And it's kind of cool.
I see. I mean, that's always what I've known you. Like that's kind of like how I remembered you. The whole like Oliver Graves. That's how the stickers. That's how I remembered you.
And all that. Yeah, man. But so yeah, man. That's basically it. And then I started. I was working everywhere, dude. I worked everywhere. I worked for all the phone companies. I worked for Best Buy. My very first job was at SeaWorld.
What? How was that?
Yeah, dude, it was my very first job. I was like 19, I think. And I fucking I wasn't a fucking trainer or anything like that. Like, imagine me with fucking like Shamu and shit.
What'd you do? Like some Dippin' Dots or
basically, man, I was in a restaurant, and my very first day, funny story. My very first day, I got in trouble because on my break I went and walked the park, and I know I wasn't supposed to. So I was on my break, my lunch break. So I'm walking around the park, and it's like, where you been? The guy came back. I was like, I went walking around. I don't know. He's like, you're not supposed to do that because you work here, and if you go around, people might stop you to ask for help, and you don't know anything. I'm like, I guess. That was the only time I got to see any of the animals and stuff like that. I never saw Shamu. Never saw anything like that. I do have another funny story. I don't know why. This is the only thing I took with me from working at SeaWorld. SeaWorld, you know the backstage of, you don't know the backstage of SeaWorld, but where people park is super far away. Mm-hmm. Like people that work there is really in the back, and it's like very far away that you have to take a little trolley and they drop you off where you work, or you can walk it. Maybe like half a mile to a mile away, más o menos. So one time I'm like, dude, I'm running late to work. I park, cross all the security, go in, and I'm like, man, I'm not gonna wait for this trolley. It's never gonna get here. So I start walking. And then I hear this fucking, it still pisses me off to this day. I hear this little golf cart of people coming
the
by
trolley?
with the little. Yeah, no, it wasn't the trolley. It was one of those golf carts.
Okay.
Right? And I'm looking. So I move out of the way because I can hear behind me. It's gonna pass by me. Move out of the way. They go around me, and behind, you know how the golf carts have like a little, not a seat, but like a little. Like trucks have like a bed where you can put stuff on top
little
of.
Little trailer.
Well, there was a big ass seal on that motherfucker. Like a seal just there, and he looks at me, dude. I kid you not. You know how seals do that face where they take their tongue out,
Yeah.
and he's like, or whatever the fuck. He did that shit to me when I'm walking, so I was pissed, dude. I was like, "Fuck you, dude! This guy is getting a free ride when I'm over here walking to my work. He's getting a ride to his work, basically."
That's when you quit the world.
Nah, well, I left, man. I think I quit before the season because it was like in seasons.
Yeah.
But that was my first job. It was a trip, man. But fuck that seal.
That's when you were in San Antonio.
I'm still mad about that
college
seal.
and stuff up there. Or?
Yeah, I was going to college. I went to UTSA.
So how was that experience? You know, I didn't.
Hard, man. Hard because for me, like I didn't grow up super poor or anything like that. But I also didn't understand. I was the first one in my family to go to college, so I didn't understand the whole process.
New experience.
I was totally new to that, so it was weird for me because I just didn't know how to go about it. And so I went over there. I didn't live in a dorm room. I didn't do anything like that. I had to get an apartment with another buddy of mine, which thankfully, the only reason we got an apartment together because I actually saw him. He went to Westago High too. And I saw him at the orientation. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, man, I need to find an apartment. He's like, me too. It's like, let's go find something. All right, cool. So it worked out in that sense. Yeah. But it was hard, man, because honestly, you get all this money from like your loans and stuff, and you just spend it on crap, dude. That's what I did. That's what I did. Honestly, man, that's what I did. I just didn't know any better, dude. I was the first one in my family to go to college, somewhere far away. But I wouldn't change it, man, because it was a good experience. I love the Spurs, not because of San Antonio. I liked them before then, but it's just. I like that. I love San Antonio. I think it's a great place. I think it's very much like the Valley, but still a little bit more multicultural, I guess.
Yeah. You have that. It's a little more diverse with the
bigger people and all that. Yeah, it's just bigger. That's why. Yeah.
Different cultures. Yeah.
But it was good, man.
I've seen the Valley get like that though. You know, where like you have more people from up there coming down
bigger,
there.
man. It's getting bigger, dude. But I still think we're very closed off, like mentally, and we get a lot of stuff way later too. And it's because of that big gap between San Antonio and over here.
Okay, so how do you feel with? I mean, I'm pretty sure you heard it, but you know, going out of high school, I heard a lot of people say like, "Oh, I can't wait to leave the Valley. There's nothing to do in the Valley. You know, the Valley ain't shit." Me personally, I hated that, man. I've always said like, okay, I want to be that person who changes. You know, the next generation. You know, my kids. I want them to be able to say like, okay. Like I want to go off to school, you know, for that experience if they want to, but I don't mind staying in the Valley. I love it, you know, et cetera, et cetera. How do you feel on?
I can understand. I can see it from both perspectives because I do like to travel. It's one of those things where it hits home basically, no matter what. A lot of people leave and they're like, "Where are you going?" Austin. Man, everyone goes to Austin, bro. Come on, like go somewhere different. Go
Colorado,
California, Colorado, Vegas. I don't care, but everyone goes to Austin, dude. And I mean, nothing wrong with Austin. It's okay. I think I prefer San Antonio over Austin, but no, man. I mean, I don't like when people talk shit about it. Like, sometimes I joke around and I do say like I said right now, like the Valley's super closed off. Yeah. Because I mean, if you think about it. It's not multicultural. The majority is we're all Hispanic.
It's like, I think it's like 90%, 80 to 90% just Hispanic.
So it's one of those things where like, dude, nothing. We're all kind of the same. We're all connected somehow. You know what I mean? And when you go somewhere else, you do learn a lot. So I would tell people, man, go to San Antonio, go to Austin, go wherever. If you want to get out, you'll learn. You'll bring. If you come back, you'll at least bring something back that you learn for yourself. It might not even be for anybody else, just for that person. Go experience new stuff. Do it. And then, like I said earlier, it's just about opening up other doors for yourself, you know what I mean? You never know. You might actually learn something over there, bring it over here, and get big or something.
The Valley.
You know, so I'm people who talk shit and say the Valley sucks. Fuck them. But people who will say like, I just want more. I want to experience more. Do it.
Because I'm not against anyone leaving the Valley for school. You know, I'm not against any of that. You know, because a lot of those people, whether they want to or not, they end up coming back. You know, they start their family because all their families. You know,
especially if you're young, man. Like you lose a job and you can't afford it anymore, you have to come back. Your family takes you back. You know, most Hispanic families are more accepting. Like, come back. Like, You know, you can stay here. And they're all welcoming, and then they get all mad at you for not cleaning. Like, you're not doing anything on
First
the house.
day in, like, you're not doing shit. Hurry up.
You want me to come back and give me shit? Yeah. I went through all that, dude. My family would give me so much shit after I came back to San Antonio.
Yeah.
But dude, it was all a learning experience, like I said. And now, like now that I have what I have and tattooing, I can appreciate it and look back and be like, man, I was so shitty back then. You know what I mean? And I could have just little things. It's all little things that I could have done differently to like just make it better for some people. You know what I mean? But it's a learning experience, man. We all fucking have our own journey, basically. So, yeah. What else? What's another question? Hit me. More personal stuff. What's another personal?
Someone was your first breakup? No, I'm kidding.
Breakup. I don't even know what happened to that girl. To be honest with you, I feel kind of bad for not knowing, but she disappeared. I don't know.
Oh, okay. How'd that go? How long were you dating? That wasn't actually a question.
It was a high school. It was a high school girl. And you know, when you're in high school, you don't know. Yeah,
you're in love.
It was whatever. But she also went to San Antonio. She got skipped to TTSA as well. And so, but I have no idea what happened to that girl. I came back 2005. We obviously broke up because I moved. And
you're dating her up there?
She stayed over there, yeah.
But when you all went up, you were
yeah, we're still dating, yeah. Because it was like junior year, senior year, and then 2 more years over there. But dude, I have no idea what happened to her. My friends might know, but I don't ask. I don't know.
Shout out mystery girl.
Man, it's water under the bridge.
All right. Let's see. You have any questions for me?
I was supposed to tell people, like, give advice, because I get this all the time, man. Like, I have people who want to become apprentices, like, and it's one of those things where, like, dude, the only advice I can tell people is very hard to get into, man. Like I told you earlier, like, it's a sacred art, it's a sacred craft. It's not something that everyone should be doing. Yeah. You might try. Some people might try it and they're never gonna get good at it, and it happens. Nothing wrong with that. You tried it, just maybe it's not for you. Move on. Yeah. But if someone's trying to, dude, I get all the time, and I'm one of those people who are like, I'm not gonna give you everything at once. You have to earn that. You know what I mean? My apprentices, dude, I still fucking tell them they still have to set up for me and clean and all that. You know what I mean? That's just the way. That's just part of the game, dude.
That's how it is at the bar too.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. Yeah. What you start off as bar back, and then you move up. If you're good, you know. If you don't listen to me, and I'm telling you to set up for me a certain way, and you know, it's funny because like. Everyone's so different, dude. You gotta like talk to people differently. Like my apprentices, they're so different from each other, and it's just everyone's so different, dude. Well, shop apprentice because they're mostly shops apprentice, but yeah, man. I'm not gonna give everybody the answers right away. There's a way to go about it. First and foremost, you gotta know how to draw. If you don't know how to draw, and your drawing is, you don't have to be like the best artist ever, man. But you have to know basics at least, because you need to know how to draw. If you don't know how to draw, you're pretty much gonna have a hard time, because a lot of stuff nowadays is custom work. It's not like in the 90s where you got flash off the wall and it was just traced. It was just that was the way it was back in the day. Tattooing was, you went in there so different, and you just picked what you wanted. Yeah. Back in the day, you go in there, pick something off the wall. I want this fucking heart with a flower. All right, do it. I want these cherries or some shit. Do it. But people would just trace it. Because it was just, you do it quick, real easy, bam. And a lot of tattooing came from like the whole carnival stuff. Like they used to travel a lot and tattoo in carnivals. And that came, a lot of the American tradition at least came from that. Shit, I didn't know that. Yeah. Shout out Bearded Lady. Shout out Bearded Lady. There you go. You want to know more about like, you see, maybe you should do a Bearded Lady. We should get together and try to do like a Bearded Lady at the shop, like event or something. That'd be kind of cool, because the tattooing kind of goes with the carny stuff. Get a Bearded Lady tattoo. There you go. You should. Dude, it started off my life, bro. I bought me this house. You know, gave me a lot of... Now when you were getting somewhere, a Bearded Lady. A Bearded Lady. You're going to have a chick with a beard. So anyways... So yeah, man, it's where's the see? I lose track when we start talking about other shit. That's what I love about this, man. Yeah, man, that's the funny part. Like you just keep going and going and going. And I'm actually good at that. Me and my friends always like we're talking about what the fuck are we talking about? I don't know. Like people who are trying to get in know how to draw first and foremost. Make a portfolio of your work. I also don't recommend you trying to tattoo with shitty machines, shitty equipment at your fucking house because that's gross and nasty.
Okay, so is there? You said it earlier. I just don't know much about it.
You should. I told you. What are you going to ask me? I'll help you.
I don't want to disrespect you or the tattoo industry.
Yeah.
Is there a difference between a tattoo gun and a tattoo machine?
No, it's just a machine.
Or it's just a tattoo machine.
That's
There's no such thing as a tattoo gun. Nothing shoots. Okay.
No, it doesn't shoot anything but ink, I guess maybe.
All right.
But
I just wanted to make sure.
I give a lot of people a hard time when they say tattoo gun. Joking around. I'm just fucking around. But don't call it a tattoo gun. It's not a tattoo gun. I don't know where. I guess because of the shape of it. I guess people call it a gun. I don't know where that came from. It has to be that.
On a lot of like social media and stuff, people, I guess they call it tattoo. No,
just call it a tattoo machine.
Just easy to
call
say.
it the proper way.
Yeah.
So it's a tattoo machine, and there's different versions of tattoo machines. There's rotaries and coils. Basically, those are the two styles. But that's all I can tell you because I can't tell you everything.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get it.
Exactly. You're gonna be like, what the fuck are you asking me? You're telling me. I don't even know.
The fuck is a rotary gun?
What the hell's a rotary gun? No, it's a rotary machine, bro. But what I was gonna say? Oh, so yeah, with people apprenticing and all that, make a portfolio of your drawings. Go and talk to shops. Go into shops and be like, hey, I'm like this. I draw. Like I'm really interested in this craft. You just be respectful about it. Go make yourself known. Guess what? I'm very positive. Like 90 to maybe 100% of the fucking shops are gonna say no. Like, nah, we're not doing apprentices. It's okay. Don't let that get you down. You know what I mean? The people that are working for us now, the apprentices, one of them asked me like 3 years ago, and I said no. So you know what I mean? But then I saw this person kept drawing even on their own. They enjoyed drawing regardless. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? They asked me again. I was like, okay, maybe. You know what I mean? I see that you're still drawing. Your drawings aren't crappy. Yeah. Like, you have potential.
The fact that you didn't let rejection hold you back.
And you still kept at it. Exactly. So that's another thing people need to understand. You're not going to get it right away. You're not going to walk into a shop with 2 drawings and think, oh, I'm an apprentice. Yeah. That's not how it works. Like I said, we're very picky. Tattooers should be. There's some people out there who don't give a shit and it's all about the money. Yeah. See, there's a difference. Like, I could have been like, yeah, come on in, start tattooing. Why? Like, it reflects the shop, first and foremost. Yeah. And secondly, it reflects the shop, and you're just in it for the money. That's all it is. It has nothing to do about the work.
I can say the same thing about like bars. I'm not going to name any other bars, that aren't following the mandatory. It's not mandatory, but the voluntary, guidelines. I'm not going to name any bars, but I easily could that just are there,
for the money.
Seeing people, you're seeing people die. Before it was just, it was just a number, and then it became like friends of friends.
It's insane how many
and it came people to people dying, I know. Man. Yeah. And I see these bars, open with like they're not following any guidelines. You know, like no curfew. Like they're closing at like 3 after hours.
They exist, dude. Fuck,
bro. I would name them, but I just don't want that.
Name them afterward.
Yeah, dude. And it's just it's really shitty, dude. Yeah. And I feel you there, man. It's shitty.
Yeah, man. It's a representation of you. Like you were talking earlier about how you felt your house was dirty. You got to represent you. Well, same thing with shops. It represents you, man. The work that comes out of there represents you. And the shop, like I said, has been there since '99. So we've had people who have honestly sucked or haven't done shit for the shop or didn't do shit. Yeah. Just was bringing it down. Well, they're gone, thank God, and we got a good crew right now. So
building that team that just brings it up.
Yeah. And man, totally blessed to have the shop. I'm not religious at all, but I can still be blessed. You know what I mean? Because I still feel that I've been given something by the universe or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's all subjective.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That's how you feel. So
so it's great, man. But like, if someone's trying to learn portfolio, don't tattoo at your house because that's disrespectful towards us. Yeah. Keep drawing, just keep practicing, go introduce yourself, and guess what? Maybe one day a good artist is gonna be like, you know what? You seem like you're dedicated. And go by, say hi. You know what? Get tattooed too. Get tattooed by the people that you look up to. Yeah. And you keep going.
Does that build like a next level of trust?
Man. It builds a trust. Well, I mean, trust, first and foremost, people give you that. Your clients give you trust. When you tattoo them, they trust you with that. So you're already super close to them.
Yeah, so it's like you trust me, I trust you.
Yeah. You've already made this bond with them where like, dude, like, I trust you with my body. Go for it. You know? It's one of those things. So
like, here's my dedication.
Exactly. And so people trust. So it's one of those things that, when you start off with that whole, like, People who want to apprentice under somebody. If you like an artist, go get tattooed by them. Not only once, multiple times. Yeah. Watch them. Watch the way they do things. And then they'll know you. And then maybe they'll be more respectful towards you and be like, get away. Instead of being get away from here, all right, you're interested. Well,
come sweet floors.
But dude, people don't have the patience, man. They don't want to wait for something like that. And trust me, man, the wait is worth it. Cause
but like hearing like, you know, someone who wants to get tatted, you know, like you mentioned, you want to get tatted, but like knowing like the process, there is a process. It isn't like, you know, just anyone's going to tat me. Like, you know, I'm just going to pay money.
Dude, I get a lot of people. I'm booked in advance, thankfully. Yeah. But I get a lot of people who, I want to get tattooed today. I can't. I'm already booked. And I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell people when they're like, well, I want to get tattooed today. Well, I can't. I already have people who left deposits the proper way, came by, set up.
Process.
And then the whole process, I'm not going to just tell them, hey, sorry, I'm tattooing this person. Yeah. That's not how it works. So some people don't have, like I said, some people aren't very patient. And they don't. Patience when it comes to like, they want to learn or they want to get tattooed, they have to be patient, man. Plain and simple. And I get it, man. Some people think, oh, I want to make money off of this. Yeah, okay, but it's not going to happen right away. Even if you're just when you first start tattooing, dude, you're not making jack shit. Because one, you don't have your clientele built. You don't have anything. You don't have any work out there. I don't even sometimes I start thinking, man, how many tattoos have I done already in my career? It's up there, dude. I don't even know. I even run into people when I'm out hanging out with y'all and shit.
Like I did my
no, they're like, hey Albert. I'm like, hey, what's up? I don't know who they are, and I feel bad because like I have no idea who this person is. So like, oh, you did this on me. Like, oh, I remember you. Like, I remember that tattoo, but I don't remember that. Especially if it was like a quick tattoo that I did. Took me less than 5 minutes. How am I going to remember somebody? They walk out. They were only there for less than an hour. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things. Like, I do have people who come up to me and say hi to me and like, hey, what's up? What I do on you? Oh, I remember you now. So it does happen, man. Like,
I really hate to compare the bar to the tattoo industry, but
it's
bro,
funny,
it's the same shit, bro. Like,
I always felt that like people who do hair and all that is kind of similar to like to tattooing.
You know, it's not that long, but you know, there's still a pretty long process.
And you have your clientele and all that. But you also have your clientele, so I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah, I have like my regulars, and you know, there's some people I just walk in there. You know, they come often, but I wouldn't like call them a regular.
All right, so I'm taking over your podcast now. I'm asking questions.
Yes, sir.
I'm curious about where did your theme come from? Like, where did you when you came up when all that happened? Like, when you opened up your bar, how did that come about?
So I was always into like, you know, carnival circus, and I really liked the bar Unbelievable up in Austin.
Okay, I've never been there.
It's not circus themed, but carnival themed.
Okay.
It's a lot more carnival themed. It's just like on a bigger scale.
Okay.
And I really like their bar.
Pass me that.
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
I really like their bar, and I was like, shit, like I like this. I want to do something like this.
The idea. Yeah.
But I hate like copying someone. So I was like, okay, I have to make this my own.
How can I change it? Yeah.
Yeah. So I went from carnival to circus. And then I made it darker. Like, I put a twist on it.
Okay.
And that's where Bearded Lady came from, you know, the Bearded Lady. And, you know, you go in there, you see the different
because those are all the freaks and all that. Yeah.
So, I find them...
lady and all that shit.
Yeah, so I find them really intriguing. Yeah. You know, a lot of people, you know, find it different for their amusement. And that's why they would go to, like, these different, like, circuses. And, you know, they'd go see them, you know, pay. So I was like, this would be super cool, you know, to like do as a bar. And, you know, there's a lot more I wanted to add to it. You know, I wanted to bring like different circus performers down to Bearded and stuff. Yeah. It just really intrigued me, but I just never got there. You know, we maybe got like a year and a half, and then, you know, Corona happened. But
it's only been a year and a half?
Bearded, yeah.
For real?
Well, no. It was a year and a half. October, Halloween was our grand opening.
That's right.
So 2 years will be in October.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It feels like you've been there longer.
Right?
Yeah.
It feels like that.
Time is just flying by, man. I've said this to people before, man. Ever since I started tattooing, my life has been fucking blurred, dude. Yeah. And it's because when you're happy, you're having a great fucking time. And you're
I mean, I opened a Bearded right after high school, bro. You know, you got out of high school at 18. I'm 20 now, but it feels like I'm like 27.
Exactly, dude. You're doing a lot more in such a short period of time, and your life is just passing by, dude.
But that's advice I have to a lot of, you know, people
Enjoy
my
the moment.
age.
Slow down. Yeah.
Not slow down, but dude, like if you just at 18, you know, straight out of high school, if you just grind, you know, for the first like 3-4 years, you put yourself so much more ahead.
Exactly. That's
like
why
I was able to,
and that's why I wish I would have gone back in time and told myself, "Hey, motherfucker!" Like,
I was able to like relax with Corona and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, even though
more,
like my bars not open and stuff, it just gave me so much. Like I made so much money, so much profit.
Yeah.
You know, I just grinded. Thanks to the help of my parents and they just were always on me to like do this.
See, and that's what we're going with this. There's a little theme here, like. Tink was going to be our hey, this is how I'm going to progress. I'm going to get you into learning how to be a business owner, and then of course we lost him, and then same thing with you. Your parents, you had that though. I didn't, but you did. So we're all so different, but there's still some similarity. Like you had help because your parents already knew what to do and all that.
My mom, my dad, they treat what they like. Like this is my next. This is my baby, but this is a part of me, and I respect that. So I see it like as a part of my mom. I see her breaking her brain, just putting her heart into it, and it's like we have those conversations. It does get that serious. That's true. Like when I'm not here anymore, when I die, like this is how I want it to be run. Like, and I see that, and it's like holding a piece of her, and it's something I never want to. Like, it's something I don't want to let go. And that's something I don't want to do.
No,
wrong.
you won't, and you won't, man.
But dude,
you'll hold on to that.
It's learning, dude. It's patience.
Yeah.
I hear like with your apprentices and stuff, but it's a lot of patience, man. It's not something that's gonna fall in your lap.
Yeah.
And even if it does fall in your lap, you're not gonna be able to do it right away. It's not.
Exactly.
It's not easy.
No, it's not, dude. Especially with all the fucking city shit. They're always giving us all this crap. I gotta pay taxes. What the? No, it's whatever, man. It's another political thing I don't want to get into. But
no, it's the same thing with the bars, man.
Yeah, exactly,
We pay so many different types of taxes.
How long have we been doing this already? I didn't tell you.
Damn.
Let's see. I could keep going for like 30 hours, bro.
Dude, some of these go for like 3 hours.
What are we? Because I can make up questions for myself, bro. And that's funny, man. It should be like that. It should be fucking lighthearted. It should be fun.
That's how a lot of them are, bro. We get lost in conversations.
So you got lost in conversation with your dad too? Or was that one more of a shorter one?
That was probably going to be one of my shorter ones, even though it was an hour.
Have you had anybody else besides me and your dad?
No, you're my second one.
I'm your second. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
All right, well, fuck.
Yeah, dude, it was gonna be you or Jerry and
Jerry
for Pineapple Ninjas. What's his last name? Leal.
I've heard a lot about that place, but I don't know anything. I've never had it.
I go every time I can support it.
Where's it at?
I go. He has one here actually at the Seed Building. Remember I told you I'm next to the Seed Building. You're like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. I'm not from Mission. I don't know anything about Mission.
It's a big building. I think there's a Jitters in there.
Oh, okay.
But they have a different.
That's where Jitters is at.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh well, there's one there and there's another one at Mission right here on Conway. Yeah, but
5x5 is there. No wonder.
He's someone else.
Is 5x5 open or no?
It might be.
I think so. I should go have a beer. I've never been there. I'm already here.
We can go right now.
Yeah, we should, because I've never been there.
He's someone I want to interview also. One of the guys from 5x5. I think there's two of them. They're it's co-owners also.
Badass. I've always wanted to go, but I never... Dude, I'm telling you, man, I'm busy, which I'm happy about. I'm not complaining about that at all. But then you get out of work and you're just like, man, I don't want to do jack shit. Like, I don't like taking my work home either. Like, I love drawing and I love doing all that. I love tattooing, but I also don't want to take it home sometimes.
This is my safe haven.
Yeah,
don't bother me.
Eventually you just get burnt out, man. I don't like drawing at home. Some people do it all the time. And you know what? I'm actually going to give myself shit, and I'll watch this later on and be like, you know what? Get on the ball. I should be doing it more. Because I feel like if I was... I probably would have progressed a lot more than I am where I'm at now. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's what I said earlier. Yeah. Like you start earlier, you put yourself so much more ahead.
And I'm like, dude, so I've been trying to draw a little bit more than I do normally. So I'm trying to do that, see how that works for me, because I think I could fucking do so much more. I could have been way more ahead type of deal, you know what I mean? But I'm not complaining either, dude. Like, I'm happy.
It's something you like to do, so it's not really a big deal.
Dude. And I think you were talking about, like, earlier you did ask about the whole you're like asking about like how you feel and something. What was it that well, I already told you how it's very therapeutic and all that, right?
Oh yeah.
But like it's very I don't even know where I was going with that, man. Fucking who gives a shit? I'm not even drunk and I'm fucking over here forgetting shit already. No, actually I'm very forgetful, man. I forget a lot of the times. Well, when the fuck did I do this? When did I do that? Like, forget. I'm probably gonna get Alzheimer's or some shit.
Yeah, I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
Shit. If you could, okay, that was actually, you mentioned it kind of, slightly. if I could, if you could, like, if you're in my shoes and you could ask yourself a question that I haven't asked you, like, as a viewer, what's something you'd want to hear, you know?
Maybe okay, two things maybe I just thought of it. Maybe the process of how to go about getting a tattoo. Because some people are very, like, shy about it or scared. Or another thing, this is kind of tying into the other one. A lot of parents think tattoos are bad, especially like
18,
older,
still in high school.
No, I'm talking about like older not older clientele, but older parents who
that want to get tattoos.
Who get mad at their kids for getting tattoos and stuff like that. Because I have a lot of clients who are like, I'm not gonna show my mom. I have one client who hasn't shown her mom in like I don't know how many years. This girl has had tattoos for at least 5+ years, and her mom has no idea she has tattoos.
Damn.
Exactly. And it's like, dude, I think parents. I think I like the idea. It has happened before where. So a client of mine, not right now because of Corona, but before when we had our front doors open, letting anybody in, walk-ins and stuff like that, she brought her grandma with her. Sweet old lady, man, like super nice lady. I guess she always had this idea that like a tattoo shop is full of like bikers or fucking gangsters and drugs and. You know, there's a lot of people still have that stigma where like, and it's not like that at all, man. It's just you walk in there, it's just artwork and like people drawing.
Who are passionate about what they do.
It's just artwork nowadays, drawing. It's not. This is clean. It's not. So she was really like, it's super nice in here. Like she was really impressed that it was the opposite of what she thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
So she didn't get tattooed or anything like that, but her daughter did. And she was more just
open to it.
Open to the idea, yeah. And I think that's what I always tell my clients, man, your mom doesn't know, bring her by. Maybe she'll like the process and the creativity behind it. Yeah. Maybe she's going to like me setting up and she's going to watch me setting up my machines or, stuff like that. Yeah. Like, it's just one of those things where, like, it's like they don't know. It's just like an ignorance that's like.
I think it's like a gel poking stick.
Yeah. It's just one of those things like, dude, it's not like that at all. It's just, they need to be more open about that. You know what I mean? But the whole process about tattooing, man, go into the shop, talk to an artist of your choice that you like. Look up their work first and foremost. Yeah. Talk to somebody, see what you want, bring it by, and see if they're able to help you. You know what I mean? Yeah. And sometimes, dude, like I said, I already told you the styles I really like to do. I've done black and gray. I can do it. It's not my preferred stuff, though. I always tell people I can probably guide you and tell you, hey, recommend this person.
You gotta go to this. Yeah, that's what I was going to ask right now. Yeah. Like, if you know someone better, do you say, like, hey, just go to
Yeah. And sometimes I'm like, man, fuck that. I shouldn't even recommend. Those motherfuckers never recommend me. You know what I mean? Joking around, but it's like, I do recommend somebody else. If I know they're going to do a better job, why not? You know what I mean? Yeah. And the tattoo community, man, like when it comes to everyone tattooing and all that, for the most part, man, we're all pretty close. Like, not close like we're best friends, but we all understand each other.
Just that mutual respect.
Yeah, there's a mutual respect for each other and all that. So we all like, we're not, I mean, yeah, there's people out there who talk shit. You know, I've had people talk shit about me and my shit. Whatever. It's just like, dude, I know where I'm at. I know what I'm doing. And I'm good, you know? But it's one of those things where, like, for the most part, man, everyone's real cool, man. If I'm me tattooer to another person who's a tattooer, I ask them stuff, and most of the time they're like, yeah, man, let me show you. Or like just different stuff, man. Like different equipment, different needles, different stuff like that. There's like little things to help each other. Yeah. And that's why hold back? If he's a good tattooer and he's asking you for help or vice versa,
make yourself
help
better.
Him. So maybe they'll get better. You know what I mean? So I think with bars, if you won't go to someone, and I'm pretty sure bars are more harsh though. Like it's a big competition.
Right? Just only because like down here in the valley, I'm not gonna say everyone, because that's not
everyone's
true.
like that. Yeah,
but it is a majority thing in the valley where a lot of people don't think for themselves. Mm-hmm. So like if I do a certain thing, instead of someone trying to compete with me, make me better, or do something better, they'll just do the same exact thing.
Oh, really?
Like, let's say I make a drink or have a certain special.
Yeah.
They won't try to like match it. You know, their own special.
I also feel that there's so many bars and all that it's bound to happen where there's very much big similarities between drinks, big similarities between other stuff, ideas. Because there's so many, and that's what I was saying earlier. There's way too many tattoo shops, and the ones that have lasted a long time, that means they do good work. The ones that are up for like 2-3 years and they're gone, that means whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's one of those things, but I feel like there's way too many. Every tattooer wants to open up their own shop.
17th Street, there was really no bars other than Monkey,
I remember.
Walrus, and Suarde.
Yeah.
I think OMG was there too. There was a couple others, but the main ones were like Monkey, Walrus, Suerte. And, you know, you look at, you know, downtown 17th now.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
There's a lot.
So there, it's bound to happen, you know, like where people just, they don't even give a fuck about, like, making something.
Man. I think like, we're talking about social media earlier. I think social media has a lot to do with that too, man. Because I see a lot of tattooers, and it's just like, what the fuck? Like,
doing the same pieces, or
no, not doing the same. Well, yeah, actually, there's a lot of people who copy pieces. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, man. I've done. If it's a quick flower that's literally an outline of something they gave me from Pinterest, I've done them. Yeah. Some people are just set with
just a quick walk-in where it's just.
I'll knock it out, dude. Yeah. I try to do walk-ins. I'm not like this pompous fucking like I'm booked for months in advance. Nah, man. If I can do a walk-in, I'll do it because we're both an appointment and a fucking walk-in shop, you know. Yeah. So if I have time in between clients, I'll knock it out. But I do try for bigger pieces, more custom stuff. I do try to customize it and make it my own. You know what I mean? So I can see that, but social media has been there's so much.
Yeah, there's pros and cons to it, man. Because I can tell you, like social media, like we're pushing something new, like a new drink or something.
Someone will see it. Someone will
see it, and instead of like, and I don't hate on other people for
you know what I do hate. Oh, sorry to interrupt you.
You're good.
I've seen this, and there's some tattooers in the valley, man. They don't give a shit. They copy the exact same thing. Some other tattooer, not from the valley, just another tattooer on Instagram. They'll do the exact same piece, and worse, doesn't even look like the good one.
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna get at. That's what I was gonna get at. Like when someone tries recreating a drink. And it looks shittier.
It looks shitty, yeah.
It's like, if you're going to recreate it, okay, do it the same or better, you know. But if you do it better, then do it better so it pushes me to want to do better,
and there's a lot of tattoo artists, exactly. There's a lot of tattoo artists who see it like, well, I guess I'm flattered, but it looks like shit compared to mine. Yeah. But it's like, I guess it's flattering. So it's like, do you think it's a flattering thing, or you're just like mad about it? Like, people copying...
I mean, it's like a double-edged sword where it's like like it's like, okay, like I'm doing something right because it makes someone else want to do it. But it's like too, it angers me because it's like, you know, like make it your own. You know, like this is, you know, like and it's not so much make it your own because I'm mad. It's like make it your own so it can push me to do better, be better. And I feel like that's what the valley needs. We don't need people being the same. We need people, you know, going out there, you know, just doing better, and it's also, very simple, but
going kind of with everything you're talking about, like the influence thing. I am influenced a lot by a lot of artists. It makes me want to be better. Actually, there's a lot. We have so many good artists down here, dude. You do not, dude. Yeah, we have a ton of very good artists here, dude. We also have a lot of bad artists, but you know, I don't. Dude, I can name a bunch of very amazing artists down here, dude. And me personally, though, everyone's style here is great, and there's some very good artists. I don't want to. I mean, I do a lot of my stuff, but I also, like, personally, I don't know if I would even get tattooed. If I want something big, I would have to go somewhere else because the style that I'm really into right now, no one does it down here. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where, like, dude. So I do get influenced by a lot of even out of state artists. I'm like, that's fucking amazing.
Well, I've had conversations with you before where you say you go to California and stuff.
Yeah, and dude, and I tattoo out there, and the artists over there do a lot of fine line stuff, like single needle work. And I'm just amazed by it because it looks so, and it's black and gray most of the time, or because that's a very LA thing. You know what I mean? Single needle work with nice smooth black and grays, or very like minimal stuff. I go over there, dude, and their minimum is 100 over there. And I'm like, what? Dude, so they took me like less than 2 minutes. Gotta charge you 100. That's a shot minimum. Okay, cool. They don't complain at all, dude. Yeah. They're like, all right, cool. They're like, damn, man, like that's all, like 100. And over there, people are complaining, like, what? We get calls like, oh, it's the other day I had someone like, really? That's a lot. I'm like, well, all right, bye. Just said bye and hung up on it because I don't got time to be trying to like
negotiate.
It is what it is. You don't like it, go somewhere else. I don't really care. But all shops that are respectable shops down here have a minimum. It's usually $60, $50. You know what I mean? So that's just the way it is. I don't got time to waste either with people who are lowballers. You know?
Like, for something that's going to be in your body, you know, to the day you die.
People spend $600 on Michael Kors purses and shit like that that they use for 3 months and don't complain or don't blink an eye or complain about that. But tattoos that's going to be on your body for the rest of your life.
The fact that you don't want to waste less than $100, it's to me that's like the $100 would be the minimum. You know, like that's just me. But like I wouldn't want to waste $30.
Also, I'm not going to do a fucking $500 piece for peanuts, man. You know,
that too.
But I'm gonna do a $500 piece for like $100.
Yeah,
go somewhere else, man. Like,
that's one thing I can see, like, you know, from people in the valley, like getting a $30 tattoo, then complaining about, you know, like, oh, like,
or them saying, "Oh, you're minimum 60. I got this one for 30." You're like, well, why didn't you just go back over there?
Yeah.
Like, what you doing here then? Like, and not disrespectfully, but it's like, dude.
like,
come on, man.
You're gonna get what you
like,
pay for.
Yeah, exactly.
No matter what it is.
You're okay with spending like how much are Jordans? I don't know. But you're gonna fucking complain about a tattoo that's on you forever.
Yeah.
Like I said, man, this is the only thing you're taking with you when you die.
To the grave.
To the grave, man.
Over grave.
Yeah,
Shout out.
It's the only shit you're taking with you when you die. Your fucking artwork.
Yeah, dude.
You got Ray passing by.
She keeps on passing.
Watch him on Twitch on
by.
Saturdays. Saturdays he DJs.
Live streams.
What else can I talk about? Now this is the part where I talk shit. No, I'm joking.
All right, we're gonna start calling out local tattoo shops.
Nah, man, I don't got time for that, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, it's one of those things where like it is what it is. Yeah. We get a lot of people who tell stories about other places. It's like, yeah, dude, we've heard them all, dude. We've heard about that place a lot. You know what I mean? And I know people who might hear this know what I'm talking about, but I'm not gonna say who it is. But it's one of those things like, dude, I just don't get it, man. Like, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. Like tattooing is, I wouldn't change it at all, man. Like, I love it so much. I'm super passionate about it. Like, how can you be so mad and treat people shitty when they're coming to you?
Yeah, but I feel
for
like
something like that. You know,
a lot of people
like,
probably aren't in the same position. You know, like that was your outlet. Maybe they don't feel.
Sure. Maybe that's not even their outlet. Maybe they're not even meant to be there.
For, like you said earlier, you know, some people just do it for money, and
yeah.
you know, money's not going to drive you to be passionate.
I guess not, man. I don't know, dude. But yeah, man, I don't know. It's a trip, dude. Like, life is good. I don't have any complaints, honestly, dude. I went through hell and back. I picked myself up before, and I was shitty before. You know what I mean? I think I'm better now. I'm not perfect, man. Don't get me wrong.
But there's ever like a perfect. It's just damn close.
But we all, like, this is one of the things,
know?
man. Hey, don't treat people like shit. They have their journey too. You know what I mean? Like, we all go through shit. You know what I mean? Like, just try to have a good time with it, or not a good time with pain, but like, if hey, man, try to help each other out. Like that.
I mean, I feel like, you know, me personally, that's something I try to do. You know, I catch myself, you know, where, you know, I start off my day bad, and I'll find myself being an asshole, and I'll be like, oh fuck, like
yeah, it's true.
But I mean, I think as long as you're able to see that and say like, okay,
learn from your fucking mistakes, your past, or be rational about things. Yeah, man. Hey, so besides me joking around when you're like, who should I interview? And I was like, me, duh. Remember? And on Facebook, I was just joking, by the way. But who else told you to interview me or what?
Lex wanted to hear you.
Shout out to Lex.
Shout out to Lex.
She's
my
cool.
mom. Your mom.
Your
my dad
cool.
was interested.
Your dad's cool, of course.
I think
cool
Ray
people.
even brought you up too.
The DJ.
Yeah, they're the. I don't go, you know, talking to a lot of people. It's just more like my family when I ask for like advice.
Yeah.
You know, that was my cousin, my mom, my dad, my uncle.
Well, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I mean,
they're all just interested because I feel like we all know
that was
you.
a quick nutshell type of deal.
I mean,
there's more to it.
Like I said, I wanted to bring you on.
I think I did a pretty quick, like, little nutshell.
You gave us a run around everything.
Pretty much.
I did want to, like I said, I want to bring you on later again, but hopefully it's why I tatted.
You should. You know what
I feel like it'd be cool. It'd be different.
We'll set up at the shop, and we can set up everything, like, to do the interview and everything there too, and. Or we could do like a tattoo shop interview with everybody's experience there, like
everyone give me a story or something.
Like,
that'd
even
be cool.
like something like that, dude. Last year was actually the year that the shop has. I mean, you know what's okay? I was actually gonna say this. I thought about like I should. 1999. People are gonna be like, nah, the shop. You have to start over. You change the name. Nah, man, fuck that. We're the same shop. We're still Flaming Heart, even if it's not by name. We're still fucking Flaming Heart. We're still the same. Chris has been there since 2002. The shop's been open since 99.
Yeah,
we have a right to still say it. We've been open for over 20 years already. I don't think there's very many shops that can say that. You know what I mean? We've been open for 20 years. I think the shop has always produced pretty good work. There's no such thing as perfection, but for the most part, we've been steady. And it's one of those things, man. Last year November was the 20-year anniversary, and I didn't have a chance to do a celebration or anything like that. Yeah. We should do something. We should like get together and actually do like a 20-year celebration. We'll get like a food truck or something at the parking lot of the shop.
Pineapple Ninjas.
Yeah, there you go. Or T-Ghost or something, the barbecue place and all that. We should do something, man. I think it'd be cool. Just because, man, there's nothing wrong, you know, with celebrating and all that. About like what influences me and all that. I never got to that point. Like, I think for me, a lot of stuff that influences me, like, you know, a lot of pop culture stuff. You know, we like tattooing a lot of pop culture shit. Like, you know, Star Wars.
Yeah.
Sonic. You know, when I say Sonic, because that's how I can think of. Like, my especially the two apprentices, they're a lot younger. So they got into this actually at a very good time because social media is big, and that's how they get a lot of their work from social media. But they do a lot of pop culture references, tattoos. You know what I mean? I do too. I've done some. I don't know how many Star Wars pieces because I like Star Wars. But anything pop culture, you know, The Office. I know you're a big Office fan. It's an alright show.
I wouldn't get The Office. I'd probably get like a Naruto piece.
You should get that shit, right?
Nah, bro.
Have you seen that fucking Dragon Ball Z piece I did on Angel?
That was dope.
He needs to finish that. That's what he needs to do.
How much did he charge you for that?
I'm not telling you, bro. Actually, I don't even know. I don't remember. But it's like $100 an hour. That's my rate. Like $100 an hour for big pieces.
No, okay, that's what I want. You're right. Not exactly, but shit, $100. So how long was like?
I don't even know. I don't remember. We didn't do it all in one day either.
Yeah, of course.
We did the outline first. The outline maybe took 3-4 hours. You'd have to ask him. He knows. I don't even know, dude. I don't even remember what I did yesterday, dude. I don't even. Yeah. So I don't remember how much I charged him.
Just so I can know for
it's
my
$100 an hour,
reference.
man. But like stuff like that, like bigger pieces, which I've been doing a lot more of. I'm starting on some bigger pieces like backs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which I'm going to be doing some this week, and hopefully the next couple of weeks I'm starting on some backs. But that takes commitment, dude. Like, it's not one of those things where sleeves and all that takes commitment on both ends, like the actual client and the artist.
Yeah, shit, that's mind breaking, man, where you're just like...
you have to do it in sessions. Dude, I'm not going to be sitting there for 10 plus hours tattooing somebody, and I don't think anyone wants to pay, like, $2,000 on one day.
Session,
you can save up each time. You know what I mean? Do it in sessions.
Because I hear people brag about like, oh yeah, I got this big piece in one session, and it's like, okay, cool, but I mean, I'd rather like.
I don't even know who. I mean, some people do, man. I'm not saying that. Like, some artists will sit there for a whole 24 hours.
But I just feel like quality wise, you're gonna get it better in multiple sessions.
Yeah,
you know,
especially because if you think about it this way, 5 hours into a tattoo, me personally, my mind starts wandering, and I'm probably not 100% focused into a piece. As if I'm starting fresh, you know what I mean? Okay. Because dude, my mind starts to wander, dude. Like, like I have a really shitty attention span when it comes to like reading books and stuff like that. I don't even read because if I read a fucking paragraph, I'll read it, but my mind's like somewhere else, like wandering.
You're reading it, but you're not understanding it. It's just,
I'm just like I don't give a shit about what I'm reading. I'm thinking about something else, so I have to go back and reread everything. You know what I mean? Same thing with tattooing, man. 5 hours in, I'm probably gonna be like, my mind's gonna start to wander. Physically, the person's probably gonna be like in pain a lot more. Yeah, that's another thing. And it's like, dude, one of those things, right, dude? Doing sessions, there's nothing wrong with that, but people are very impatient. Like, there's people who are very impatient.
I mean, we talked about that earlier.
I had a guy message me the next day. He wanted a whole chest piece done. I'm like, dude, I'm booked. 2, I'm not gonna do it in one piece.'re not gonna be able to sit through that. Yeah, and some people do. Don't get me wrong. Some guys or girls. Girls are actually tougher than dudes. First and foremost, I'll tell you that. Females.
Shout out females.
Females are a lot tougher, and I think my majority of my clients are females. It's probably like a 60-40. Yeah. They sit through some crazy shit sometimes, and they can sit the whole way through. I'm like, fuck. And there's dudes that are like, oh man, I can only do this much. I'm like, all right. Well, I mean, everyone's different. Yeah. Some females aren't very like, oh, it hurts too much. But everyone's different. But I'll tell you this, man, from my experience. Females take pain a lot better, and it's scientifically proven too.
Yeah, I mean, they get birth.
They get birth. Supposedly they can survive a gunshot wound over a dude.
Yeah, I mean, I believe it. They have that.
Yeah. So yeah, man. Like, it's crazy. Like, influences and all that I've had is basically that. Just other artists. For me, man, when I started, I think Instagram. I owe a lot to Instagram too, because if I likes an artist, I'll study their actual work, their craft, and I'm like, how did they do this? I'm not in front of them to be like, hey, watching them tattoo, and that sucks because I wish I was around all these artists that are amazing artists that I see everywhere. Like I said, I was going with this earlier. We have a lot of great, amazing artists down here, but there's artists that I see their work that are from out of town, and I mean, I can't go like, let me just go over there and fucking talk to them, and watch them tattoo. I could go get tattooed by them. And that I would learn a lot from doing that, which I have done. Like in California, I've been tattooed by
that's what
an
you
artist.
do. You're studying. Like,
I'm studying
the
the way they do it, and like I said, they've been more than nice enough to tell me things like, "Oh, do this," or "You should try this." But influence on Instagram. When I first started, that's what I did. I didn't get too much help from the people that were at the shop. I mean, they gave me help with like, "Oh, try this needle or do this or do that." But like my style and finding it, I still think I'm just trying to figure that out. You know what I mean? But I think I know more or less where I'm trying to lean more towards. You know what I mean? Like, there's people who do. I think you have to, as an artist, when you first start, the first 5 years at least, you should be doing a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
To find out what you like. It's kind of like school. You know, you take different classes
try a little bit of everything.
Change your major a couple times.
I even tried realism. Once, it wasn't for me. At least I tried, you know what I mean? But everything else, black and gray, all that stuff, I did all of that. And I think you have to kind of be a little bit well-versed on everything. And even doing that one portrait helped me a lot with a lot of stuff I do now. Yeah. So, straight up, when you're first 5 years in, you're trying to learn how to tattoo, do a little bit of everything. Because you're not going to, don't be a fucking dick and be like 1 year in and think you're a hotshot tattooer. And, oh no, all I do is American traditional. I don't do that. I don't do that stuff. Don't do that. Like, that's, first and foremost, you ain't shit to be saying that.
Have a year of experience.
I would just do this style. No, dude, do everything. Try to do a little bit of everything. Because you won't find it until like 6-10 years later what you like to do the most. Or what you're known for, to be honest. I don't even know what I'm known for. I'm pretty sure people think I do American traditional, neo-traditional, and black work. I'm pretty sure a lot of people, for the majority, I think everyone, my clients and all that, people who see my work, I think that's what they think I do, and I'm okay with that. But I do get a lot of people who come with me with portraits and stuff. It's like, I don't do that. You know what I mean? And some people get mad. I'll be honest with you, some people get mad. Like, why did this person recommend me? It's because they don't know, Like, I get a lot of my friends who recommend me, or other clients, oh, go to Oliver, he does all my tattoos.
Because they're just recommended you as a tattoo artist, not a category,
what style, Okay. And then people come with me with, like, realistic black and gray. It's like, well, I don't do that. And I tell them, I don't do that style, but I'll point you in the right direction. Yeah. And I hear they go back to that person, why'd you tell me to go with them? They don't do that style. I was like, dude, they don't know.
Yeah, like someone who doesn't, like, I'm telling you, like me, someone who doesn't know about, like, tattoos and stuff. That's always wanted to get one. See, now like it opens up my mind because it's not like, okay, it's not so much you're going to a good tattoo artist, you're going to someone who's good and they're
specialized in this.
Like, their craft. Yeah. And see, like before I didn't know that, and I hope that's something, like my viewers can
someone
get
that builds houses. I mean, there's a lot of people who build houses, but there's one electrician, there's one, it's kind of like a category thing. Plumbing.
You can't do
it's
everything.
Kind of like that. They don't do all of it. They just do some of it.
They specialize in it.
They specialize on certain stuff,
See, I didn't know that. It's obvious, but I didn't know it. You don't think about it, but yeah, dude,
it makes sense, right?
It makes sense.
And then tattooing has been like people are getting really good at tattooing a lot quicker than they used to because one, there's a lot more clientele seeing stuff, and tattooing is being more widely accepted, I guess. So more people want to get tattooed. So people who start off are getting better a lot quicker. You know what I mean? And they're getting some of them get their style like right away. Yeah. So everyone's different. But, like, that has just changed. I mean, social media has just changed everything, dude. Yeah. When it comes to, like, people are good at this, good at that. And, but some people don't know. Like, so you probably thought I did portraits and shit.
No? I thought you were really into, like, I don't know the proper terms for it. So I don't want to disrespect for you. But I guess if I were to describe it, just, I don't want to say artwork, but, like, pop art. I could, but like this, you kind of said like pop culture.
That's more like pop culture, like Star Wars piece. Yeah, but this is more like a American traditional version of that.
Yeah, because you said you wrote comics and stuff, but before I even knew that, I thought you were like into like that. I thought that's what you were into.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different styles, man. There's new school, there's traditional American traditional. New school is like very cartoony, like.
See, that's what I thought you were
big
like
eyes,
really
like cartoony.
Oh, not like that. Just like into like
big comics, crazy '90s stuff. New school started back in the '90s. Then there's American traditional, which is like Sailor Jerry. Everyone knows Sailor Jerry. They see that. Ed Hardy was a big. Ed Hardy was a big.
You see a lot of
the whole shirt thing. Fuck that, and the whole. But with his actual work, he was a big pioneer when it comes to a lot of that. American traditional, and then there's neo-traditional. Neo-traditional has a lot of the same fundamentals as American traditional, like bold line work. But in American traditional, it should usually just one thickness of line for the whole
it's
thing.
not like...
And maybe in old school American traditional, it was like 3 colors. That was it, because that's all they would make back in the day. It was like red, green, and fucking yellow, I think.
So growing up, I never really saw.
black.
Yeah, I never really saw colors in tattoos. You know, just green.
Yeah, you just grew up with all the black and gray.
Yeah, black, gray, green.
And then there's, of course, black and gray, green.
Yeah.
Dude,
Those were
people always ask me that question. Like, is my tattoo going to turn green? Like, no, that was like pigment, like, nowadays is way different than it was back in the day.
Like, when did that come into effect? Like, you know,
honestly,
when the more, like, colors started coming into, like,
probably
the red,
in the 90s.
blue.
I would say probably in the 90s, man. The 90s was a
Yeah.
big influence when it comes to, like, a lot of the new school stuff. I'm not an expert on the history of all this. But I think in the 90s is when I started seeing a lot more color work going into like the early 2000s into like the now. Color's still widely accepted, but you don't see a lot of new school anymore. New school was like in the 90s thing.
Yeah.
Then the American tradition was actually always been around. It's always kind of like one of those things that a lot of people are still attracted to because it's clean, it's bold, and it honestly looks the coolest long term. If you put a fucking badass eagle next to a realism flower, that eagle is gonna look like more like an eagle than the flower is gonna look like a flower in like 10 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because realism has this weird little like no outline style stuff. So that's another style, realism and portraits. A lot of them don't have that outline.
Yeah.
That solid outline to keep everything kind of like in. So it kind of just fades with time, you know what I mean?
So since it fades, do you have to get touch-ups and stuff? Like just...
Yeah, dude, I mean, dude, tattoos
personal,
age, man.
Yeah.
You age,
your
tattoos
skin's
just
gonna,
age.
yeah.
Sometimes you do have to get them touched up. Sometimes you don't. There's some of those things like lighter tones like yellows and lighter blues and pinks, soft pinks. You'll have need a touch up eventually. Darker tones, black, should stay pretty black. You know what I mean? But it's one of those things where like it's one of those things, dude. Like if it's put in solid, it's gonna last you a good time. But all tattoos eventually you're gonna need some kind of touch up.
Okay.
But most people don't, man. You get them. That's it. You know.
Yeah.
You just live with them and you just keep going.
So like for just like more info in your shop, y'all do walk-ins and stuff too, or is it just right now because of Corona? It's right more now, like appointment.
Right now because of Corona, it's just by appointment only. You basically, we get a lot of messages to the shop. Like through Facebook, and it's like just call the shop. That's probably the best thing to do. Call the shop.
What's y'all's number?
956-287-9777. And that's the best way to call us because one, we'll be like, oh yeah, we're here first and foremost. Because right now with Corona, our hours are real crazy.
Yeah.
Call us, tell us you're outside. We'll go outside, talk to you, let you in, whatever. Talk to you at the door because we have our doors down. Our front doors we're down because we don't want people to keep coming in.
Yeah.
When we're not taking walk-ins because of the way everything is right now. You know what I mean? So we're just doing by appointment only. We have all different artists. We do pretty much anything except we do black and gray. We don't do realism. We don't do portraits. It's the only thing we don't do there.
And is that big in like the Hispanic community? I would think it is, but I don't.
It depends on the
like
clientele.
Anyone?
I don't think we have clientele. Our clientele, it's not that we wouldn't accept them to or come to the shop, but we don't have a lot of those dudes that want like crazy like viajes and shit. You know what I mean? Like crazy like gangster looking, tattoos. We don't have a lot of those type of clientele. I mean, I'm not saying we would be like, nah.
I mean, gang stuff aren't as big as in, other.
But it's half the time it's black and gray.
Yeah,
and we do some black and gray, but we don't do like realistic soft black and gray like portraits and stuff like that. We don't do that. Yeah, but yeah, man, just by appointment right now until all this shit kind of goes down a little bit, and I mean, we'll see when the hell that is, man.
And how many artists do you have? Other than you and Chris.
It's me and Chris. We're the co-owners. Then we have Nick. He joined us maybe about 2 years ago in October. In October, I think October is gonna be 2 or 3 years. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. But he used to work somewhere else, and we were kind of interested in him because he was messaging us and said, well, not messaging us, but saying, hey, I like your all's work. And I told Chris, how about we try to bring him in? He was working at a smoke shop, and dude, smoke shop. If you work, he was doing like 2 tattoos a week. You know what I mean?
Just walk-ins, right?
Yeah, and that's it. Like he wasn't doing. Now he's doing. He has his appointments. He has schedules and stuff. So it's night and day for him. But that's helped him progress. But we told him, you're coming over here. You're starting fresh.
Yeah.
You're learning from the beginning. Yeah. Thankfully, he already had kind of an idea of how tattooing worked.
Yeah.
and how to do an outline and stuff like that. So we let him take in walk-ins and stuff like that. And so he wasn't like an apprentice where like you're not touching a machine for fucking years. He already kind of knew the fundamentals. So he was basically my apprentice, and for a good year and a half or so. And then I was like, well, you're on your own, man. Like, I mean, you kind of already know everything.
Yeah.
And then now he's on his own. He's doing pretty good, I think. I mean, he doesn't seem to be having a bad time with anything, so he seems good. And now we have Anthony and Vanessa. And Vanessa was my client 4 years ago. 4 years ago, actually. And she had asked me about 3 years ago about wanting to learn. I said no. And then she was like, okay. She left it at that, but she kept coming to get tattooed. Yeah. Like I said earlier, just keep going by and all that. Yeah.
The trust.
And I noticed she kept drawing and all that. So eventually it came by, and she had her friend Anthony, who was the same thing. He's always drawing and stuff because they were just passionate about drawing on their own. Yeah. And I noticed that, so we talked about it, brought them in, and they've been with us since, and they're doing good. And everyone's doing good at the shop. So it's Anthony, Vanessa, Nick, and Chris and I.
Okay, that's a good team.
Good team, 5 people, and thinking about expanding. I don't know how, but we've thought about it and remodeling a little bit. Mm-hmm. Just now that we have a bigger team, it's more possible. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like
you can
like we're
that legacy keeps going.
Yeah, kind of make it better, kind of improve. And man, I don't even know what my future goals are. I honestly would like to open up somewhere else, another spot maybe. That would be cool.
In the valley or out of
I think I'd want to branch out, go somewhere else. I think that would be cool.
I mean, you have some knowledge of San Antonio.
Yeah, I have some knowledge of San Antonio, knowledge about California. Mm-hmm. There's just a bunch of different areas. San Antonio. Not only that, man, this year fucked everything up for me. I was actually supposed to do like a little Texas tour and tattoo at different shops around Texas.
That's badass.
Yeah, because I have a lot of friends who own shops or work at shops that I'm welcome to. And I just couldn't do it because of fucking Corona, you know what I mean? Especially right now, it's just... I know we're all working, but I also don't want to... Like, I went to California not that long ago, and they let them reopen over there. And I told them, I have a feeling they're closed over there. He's like, well, if they close you, come work with us. But I didn't want to go work and, like, take their clients when they just opened, you know what I mean? Yeah. Because that's pretty fucked up. Like, they just got to start working
You don't
again.
have a clientele over there.
Exactly. And I'm over here, like, taking in the walk-ins and, like, nah, man. Like, so I just went to say hi and all that, and then... They told me, well, we close up. Well, guess what? 2-3 days later, came back. They closed them over there again. So they're closed in California. Tattoo shops are closed. And I was like, dude, y'all want to come over here? It's hot as fuck, you know. But, you know, y'all welcome.
You're more than welcome to,
because, dude, like, just to help out. Because, dude, it sucks not tattooing. This is our fucking...
Yeah, I think that's a big thing we talked about. That respect in the tattoo community, you know, not just in the Valley. But it's good to see it, you know. People, you know, like you help have that mutual relationship in California.
Yeah, California.
That's crazy.
All over Texas. But yeah, I was supposed to do that, man. I wanted to rent a car, just take off for a couple weeks, and tattoo different tattoo studios. Like, I'll tattoo here for 2-3 days. You know,
I mean, not tattoo wise, but me and Lex actually. I think you tattooed her once, right?
Yeah, I've tattooed Eric, Lex. I think I tattooed somebody else.
Have you ever tattooed my dad?
No, he's always telling me to tattoo him.
He don't want the mustache, bro.
Yeah, he wants a Virgin Mary with tattoos with her sleeves down. And I actually started the sketch, but I keep telling him, give me a deposit, let's set up a day. He's like, okay. And we to this day I don't have the deposit. We don't have a day. Because I told him, just give me a deposit.
He'll give you a deposit. He won't give you a day though.
That's the thing, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, I can't like just get up in there. I'm calling him out right now.
Yeah, calling him out.
Dude, let's go. Set up the date.
Little bitch.
I got time the end of October, maybe. I can fit you in somehow. Nah, I'm joking. But Louis, too, he keeps sucking saying he wants to
120-hour session.
Yeah. I'm all fucking dead by the end of that.
$2 fireball. Oh, God.
$2 fireballs. I'm gonna be like, just give me a badass like week of me drinking for free.
Yeah, like, oh, you want to wimp out? Okay, we got $2 Jello shots.
Oh my, nah. And Louis too. Louis keeps telling he wants to get something.
I don't know if Louis will get tatted. You think he would? I don't think he would.
Really? I'm calling you out, Louis. Let's do it. I'm calling everybody out right now.
Maybe he's drunk, but I don't think you take drunks. So.
Well, I mean, he doesn't have to be super gone or anything. If he's chill about it, I don't mind. But
maybe Louis would get a fucking Sonic the Hedgehog.
Why Sonic?
His son Lucas
Loves Sonic or what?
Loves Sonic, man. His middle name is Lucas Sonic Aguilar.
He should get that fucking. Oh really? I didn't know that.
No, not for real. That's what he calls himself.
I was like, dude, that's looking cool. Like shit. That would be actually kind of badass.
That would be dope, man.
Fucking Sonic, but I'm gonna tattoo that fucking ugly ass Sonic paleta, the ice cream one.
I know you're talking about.
Where
he's like dripping
Chueco and shit. Do that one.
Yeah, man.
No, I'm not gonna do that on him. I think Vanessa wanted that. Yeah, man, fucking Louis. I've tattooed Eric. I did some of the.
Was it the feet?
Yeah, the little feet. I did that on him. Yeah.
And then Lex got that sunflower.
Lex got that little flower, and there was somebody else. I just don't remember who it was. I think I tattooed 3 that day.
Did the sister? Was it my sister? Did they get tattoos together, or was it Lex and her sisters that got tattoos together?
I don't remember, man.
Fuck. I mean, they're going to commenting on this video.
It was totally obvious. It was obviously something small. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or maybe it was just Lex and Eric.
No, I think they got hearts or some shit. I'm just not sure if they got them with you.
I don't know.
They got something as like. Did they?
I don't know, man. Like I told you, I don't remember.
Because I think about it, like I don't think Eric would let Dilly get a tattoo even if it was small. So.
No, I didn't tattoo her. I know that. Yeah. I know I didn't tattoo her because I remember you know her.
And I don't think Cassidy would get one. So I'm like, fuck. Was it Lex? Was it Lex and my sister?
I don't know.
Fuck, dude, I don't know.
Who's your sister? Which one?
Destiny.
That's why I'm telling you. There's so many of y'all. I always forget.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Destiny. I never tattooed Destiny.
Yeah, no. I know she has a couple tattoos.
Yeah, I think it was just Lex and it was just Lex and Eric, maybe.
I'm really surprised you haven't tattooed my dad. My dad always tells me to go with you. I just haven't.
Your dad.
I just don't know what to get.
Your dad has been telling me this for like 2-3 years now. And he still hasn't set it up.
How much is the deposit?
$40.
Bro, I'll fucking give you a deposit so you can get it.
There was one night I was there, I sweat there, and I'll just get $40 and I'll set you up. I'll check my calendar right now, I'll tell you what day. Okay, I'm gonna go get it. He never came back. I was like, well, maybe.
Bro, I'm gonna give you $40 out of this just to give him a fucking deposit.
Like,
he said that so he doesn't say I don't do shit for him.
$40 just to save the date, man. But your band's like, hey, will you tie me up? I already told you. Like, it's funny, man. It just makes you laugh.
It's my dad's super on impulse. Like, there's no, like, he'll just be like, okay, today's fucking...
Was the impulse with that one sleeve he did with, you know who?
Dude, probably on it. You don't like him or what?
No, they're cool. I'm cool with Buzzsweat. Buzzsweat is a very good artist. Everyone there's fucking cool, and Buzzsweat is a really good shop. Like, they're good.
Do you do that type of artwork with the Loteria artwork?
Like the Loteria stuff? Yeah. That's more of like I think from what I remember, because I was seeing in the dark, it looked more like neo-traditional style, which I do, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but your dad wanted like the Virgen on the other hand. On the arm, I should say. And yeah, it's totally up my alley.
Yeah, so he had for a while, dude, even now I still debate it, because I wanted the 222 and thinking about getting that. It's just like a small, like just 222, like clockwork here. And then I actually did want to do a whole sleeve. And you know how my dad has the Loteria cards? Yeah. I wanted to get tarot cards.
Oh, fuck yeah. That's
on my
do it in all
sleeve.
Black. All black work.
Shit,
tarot cards. That would look sick.
Yeah, dude. So that was something I was thinking for a while because there's just different cards and.
There you go. Do it.
Yeah, dude. That's
You're welcome.
Just what I wanted to do.
You're welcome.
That's what I wanted to do, man.
You're welcome for the idea.
Shout out to
me for ideas. It happens a lot, man. Like people, thankfully, man, I have a lot of clients where they're like, just do whatever you think will look cool. All right, cool. But I also have a lot of people who are real like, no, I want it like this. Dude, I've had people where I draw something and they're like, no, I just want it like this. And honestly, man, I don't post. I tattoo every day, 2-3 pieces. I don't post them all. Like there's stuff I just like.
It's not worth posting.
There's not. To me, it's like I know. Yeah, I know my niche. I know what I like to post, and I know what I like to. I want people to see that I don't post everything. You know what I mean? Like little stuff, I won't take pictures of. Like I've done this a million times. No one wants to see that. I do recommend people who are starting off take a picture of everything, post it. You know what I mean? Get your clientele building and all that. So yeah. What happened? Who's in the attic?
What's that guy's name from Lord of the Rings?
Fuck who?
The little fucking dude.
Oh, fucking. What's his name? Gollum. Mm-hmm. Right? No, that's not his name. Gollum.
Fuck, we'll probably have to edit this too. Fuck.
I told you, when it's me, you're not gonna fucking.
Yeah, bro.
It's not gonna fucking be. It can be raw, but it's gonna be funnier this way. Like, look at this. Ray's gonna come out when he doesn't want to.
Interview with Ray. I just want to get more subscribers and stuff.
Exactly. Subscribe to Ray's Twitch.
All right, so you were...
We're back,
and we're better.
We're back to the Bearded Podcast.
Shut up.
Shut up. You heard him? He's like, hey, I'm taking over this bitch. Shit. That was actually a good name, though. You must admit. Bearded Podcast?
It's funny. I just feel like people are watching and be like, you don't even have a fucking beard. Like, you know?
You have a tiny one?
I have fucking stubble. But,
you can only interview people with beards.
Right?
Anyways, well, yeah. So
I do want to interview.
This is the worst. I'm telling you, you were gonna regret fucking asking me to be here.
No, I do want to interview females and stuff too. It's a different
man. I think so, dude. I think it's
especially for the Valley. I think it's really crucial.
There's a lot of fucking really amazing what?
Female entrepreneurs.
Oh, female entrepreneurs. What you're asking me?
Yeah, so I can bring on here if they're comfortable. That's another thing, man. With Corona,
it would be kind of cool if you. I'm not saying do it right now or right away, because I think it'd be too soon. Only because of I just came on, and then I would say maybe Vanessa's perspective in the whole tattooing. Yeah. She's a female, but she's new, so it'd be kind of cool if you did like her as a relatively new female, tattoo artist, and then a tattoo artist that's like really advanced, like Ceci, who has been doing it for years, to get two different perspectives. That'd be kind of neat. But that's if it's something totally different. Another female I might consider. I'd have to think about that, man. I don't know.
You don't have to get back to me right away.
Yeah, a lot because you know what's funny, man. There's not a lot of. I'm not saying there's no female entrepreneurs. There is, and I'm pretty sure I know some. I just can't think of it right off the top of my head. But it's just harder for them. They go through a lot harder shit.
Yeah, big one I want to get, man, is fucking Delia's. Anyone? Delia's tamales.
You want to interview someone?
Yeah, bro. I feel like
they better bring a fucking platter of tamales too.
Nah, dude. Anyone from the family? I mean, I would be really interested in.
You know what's funny, man? I always said this in California. I go out there often, and I don't see. They should be at the tamales place. I think it'd do really well. But I think it's the city codes. I think with San Antonio. I don't think they have drive-through stores like we do. Like drive-through. Yeah, do they have that over there? Maybe in South San Antonio where all the Hispanic people live, but I don't see that. You know how here we have drive-throughs? They
have like trucks, taco trucks, but they don't really have drive-throughs now.
Like drive-throughs, like convenience store drive-throughs.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not really from San Antonio, so I could.
Yeah, we wouldn't know, but that thing would probably blow up over there in California too. But it's probably a city thing that they don't let them do that. There has to be. Over here, I think it's probably more lenient. Yeah,
we're close to the border.
Anyway, what else are we talking about?
Shrooms.
I've never done shrooms.
You never? Not at all?
I guess I suck because I never done them.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, dude, it's pretty interesting. So a lot of people, when they first do like shrooms or any sort of psychedelic, they have like just some sort of epitome, like just a point in life where where you go deep into thought. So you'll like just straight up you'll be like, okay, like this is what's wrong with my life. Like I need to fix it. Like I need to do better. Like, a lot of people have that, like just like a self-realization thought within themselves, and that's where you'll hear like, they're like they do them, and then like for like a couple months
they're
after,
it's
like they're just like glowing. They're great.
Yeah,
and it's that just self-realization that you have when you're on your trip. And
I hear they're great for depression and all that, which I'm not depressed,
but you hear that. Just with personal,
but it varies, right?
Like, friends I've done it with. I've never had a bad trip, but I've never done them while I'm depressed. Like shrooms and stuff. Shrooms date back, but I know LSD, another psychedelic. It's it was made for like a therapy for depression.
Okay.
But there was never enough studies, so it kind of stopped. I'm not too knowledgeable on that. For other shit, yeah. But I know shrooms. I've been going from Native Americans to now. But it is a big euphoric drug, so it makes you happy. It gets you really happy. Okay. Where you're just laughing, smiling, having a good time. But I wouldn't recommend doing them while depressed.
Okay.
I would recommend doing it like you're already happy, and I feel like you do any drug while you're depressed, you're abusing it. Even weed, if you're doing it as a way to
fucking that.
Yeah, if you're doing it as a way to get out of your depression. Same thing with alcohol. It's a great tool. It's a great thing.
Yeah.
It's good to have. You have a little party. Just socializing. But if you're abusing it, it's the same thing with any sort of anything, drug, herb, whatever you want to call it. So shrooms, you have an amazing trip, man. If you're with the good people, someone like if you did it with your crew, that'd probably be cool.
Oh, they don't do any of that.
They don't.
Well, not all of them, but
some of them.
But no, I don't think I see them every day. I don't want to hang out.
Oh yeah,
I don't want to hang out with them like outside of work.
Yeah, I mean, it's really up to you, man. And like, I would recommend doing it with people you're close to, you trust, people you can vibe with well, not someone that's gonna try to bump heads with you, or you get to like someone you love, but like someone that will like try to like
be a dick,
just you don't want a bad trip, like one thing can just. But I
mean, man, I've never done. I mean, I've smoked. Not a couple times. I smoked a lot of times. It's just not something I do on a regular. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But every time I smoke, I sleep like a fucking baby, dude. I'll tell you that. Like every time I do smoke, like I sleep so good, dude. One time I was falling asleep and fucking felt like I was on the cloud, man. Like it was good. You know what I mean? I slept great that night. But other than that, other hard drugs, just never. Dude, funny story, dude. Going back to me, I didn't start drinking till I was 2 years before I was tattooing. So I haven't even been drinking for like. I started drinking when I was 26. I've been drinking for 10 years only.
How old are you?
I'm not. I can't tell you, bro.
Oh, shit,
you don't ask a lady that kind of question.
Oh god damn! I'm sorry.
I guess. No. Trust me, I'm in my 30s. I'll tell you that.
I was gonna say 36.
So maybe. So yeah, man. I didn't start drinking till way later. I've never. Back in the day, I was not into drinking at all. Me and my bandmates, we didn't drink. We just made music, and that was it. It was kind of like a straight edge thing, but we didn't really call ourselves straight edge. Like I didn't call myself straight edge. I don't know if you're familiar with the whole straight edge term.
Like, just
they don't drink.
Yeah,
smoke,
you don't do shit. You're straight as an arrow.
Yeah, you're just straight edge. You don't drink. But in the music scene, it's like this big move. It's like almost like a movement, like a thing, like a scene thing.
You're doing it, for the sake of your music, your craft.
Well, it's more like we just didn't care for it. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Like it just wasn't for me. But for me, I started socializing a little bit more.
Yeah.
Back in like when I was like 26 or whatever. So I started socializing more. I was like, you know what? It's not, if you don't abuse it, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm in the bar industry, so I think I know, better than most. Yeah. Like, drinking is a great way to socialize, network. But if you abuse it, it'll ruin your whole life.
And I've met so many cool people who have tattooed because I'm out socializing, stuff like that. You know what I mean? And that's mostly why I do it, to be honest. You know what I mean? To go socialize and get my name out there. You know what I mean? And it's one of those things where like it's brought me clientele. I mean, I have no reason to complain, to be honest.
Dude,
but like shrooms on that, I've never done it. I mean, I'm curious about it, but
I did. It's a fun trip. I mean, it's if you're with the right people, the right atmosphere, cool. A safe place. Yeah. It's amazing. But like anything, like any alcohol, any drugs, if you abuse it, it's gonna abuse you. So exactly. You can't let it's not for the weak-minded. It's not something I would use to get you out of depression. It's something I would do as if you're having, your life's good. You're happy.
Chilling,
you want to take that next step into a spiritual experience. It's something I would recommend. But
maybe one day. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, dude, it's fun. I mean, maybe a podcast.
We'll have a podcast next time, and I'll tell you my experience.
Yeah,
first time shroom user on the Joe Rogan show. Oh man,
the shrooms with Joe Rogan.
Yeah, dude, I did shrooms with Joe Rogan, Julian Rogan.
Shit, goddamn.
Julian Rogan from fucking Mission, Texas. Is this Mission? Is it considered Mission?
This is considered Mission. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know shit about Mission.
Yeah, right now we're in Mission. Right now we're in Mission. About 5 minutes would be Sherryland.
Okay,
and then
I've never come over here, dude, at all. Like, there's no reason for me to like.
Yeah. I live in a good area though. It's like super commercial. I don't sell like Whataburger, churches, stars.
I saw that.
Yeah. Yeah, Sweat the Sherry. Shout out Sweat and Sherry. This podcast is sponsored by Sweat the Bar and Grill.
They better sponsor you. Imagine if they didn't. Like, no.
Yeah, shit. Goddamn.
Fuck you.
Go check them out. Hit them up. Curbside orders.
Curbside orders.
We'll be open for dining in about a week. 50-cent tacos. Go check them out.
Is that true?
Sir, yes, sir.
What?
Both locations.
Fucking Greg Abbott don't give a fuck. He's mad. He's just mad, dude.
Yeah, dude.
He don't give a shit.
Yeah, I know they're following certain regulations. Well, they're going to do reservation times.
Okay.
They're trying to turn it more into a restaurant. They'll be closing at 10.
Like reservations. I got all the tables.
Yeah. They'll be closing at 10. Reservations. They're going to be doing that screening that they put in front of the bar, like cash register,
Like a plastic one or something.
Yeah, they're going to be doing it all around the bar. They got all the servers' iPads and stuff.
Okay, cool.
They have it's like this weird. It's actually a local company. I'm not sure the name of it though. I'll get it on my next podcast. But it's like where you enter in, it sanitizes you and checks.
Oh, it's like this little thing,
and it checks your temperature.
Yeah, that's pretty cool,
man.
man.
So yeah, I mean, it's they're being really precautious as to who they're letting in. Closing at 10.
Yeah, that's another thing that I've been wanting to say. Like people who want to get tattooed, man, we're super. Same thing.
Yeah, do you do anything different?
Wear a mask. Yeah, we're doing something differently. Wear a mask. First and foremost, we ask you have to keep it on the whole time. We do the same. If we're outside that area where we're tattooing, everyone's wearing a mask. We have hand sanitizer. You walk in, we pump you with one fucking squirt of hand sanitizer.
Alrighty, guys, it's gonna be the ending of our podcast, episode 2, with Oliver Graves from Lionheart Tattoo Studio.
Yes.
Do you have any advice to the viewers?
Yeah, well, I'll see y'all later. I'm tired of seeing Julian, so we're going to end this already. He only gave me one drink. Cheers. Good luck with the podcast.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Let me drink because you're supposed to, right? Yeah, so anyways, I just want to... a quick little thing, just want to say thank you to our clients that become friends, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. All these people that are great, have supported Flaming Heart and now Lionheart. Just a big thank you. It really does mean a lot to us, that you all trust us with your skin and come by and get work done. And I personally appreciate everyone that's in my life. You all are great, and just thank you. That's it. I mean,
alrighty, we'll be dropping. Yeah, we'll be dropping.
Thanks for having me. Actually,
we'll be dropping his my sponsor's and my own my different links to check out podcast on Apple Music, Spotify, and YouTube. So go ahead and check me out. Give me a thumbs up. Thank you guys. Thank you for all the support. Love you.
Thank you.